CT side, Spinks is going to get a little bit frisky. He's already pushed towards Xbox, and you've got Vitality grouped up into the B tunnels, all 5 players. That's going to be Jimmy they're attacking into, and it looks like they're wasting no time.
Yimpat under a little bit of pressure, even more so now that his teammate has gone down. Spinks to step up, and Yimpat, good damage. Not bringing down any of his foes as he goes for the reload. Finally, he'll strike, and plenty of help from Torzi, who comes in with a triple in this pistol. And what a tournament he's been having. He is rising up, he is becoming a star, and perhaps in Dallas it will be enough to topple Vitality.
He's a favorite for the DHL MVP after this as well. #1 player rated at the event so far. A good message to send if you're Torji to your team, to your opponents, that you're here to play. The last time these two teams met in the grand final, it opened up with a 13-0 loss for MOUZ. Vitality just absolutely embarrassed them. They've already avoided that fate, and MOUZ gets a chance at a hot start up against just the Glocks of Vitality. Apex getting a little bit of love as he's been all week. Spinks gooshed up. Oh my lord, you've lost that duel to a Glock. All right, a little bit weird. That Spinks taken down by his former teammate in embarrassing fashion, and then Exertion follows next.
Oh, this is way too uncomfortable for MOUZ.
Look at the HP on Jimmy and Torji.
I know, they're within touching distance, these pistols straight away. Brollan looking to try and clean up. He's the player with health, and he's the player with a kill on ZywOo. Now Apex makes his play out A-long. ropz waiting it short. Brollan coming towards him to fight him, and Brollan needs to unravel this, and he's done so with a double at short. It leaves Apex in low HP.
They just saved the day, but I mean, if you're MOUZ, considering how much you've played Vitality, how much you've lost to them as well, that round had to be so scary. You know you cannot let that one slip. No investment from Vitality, and they've done such incredible damage. Brollan still not considering the A-bomb site, now aware and should have no issues.
Yep, no issues. Brollan saves the day for MOUZ, and they've already done better than their opening map the last time they played in a best-of-5 grand final. They got 13-0 by Vitality out in Lisbon in the opening game. Still went to all 5 maps. But MOUZ hoping they can get a strong start into this final, something to play with, something to build with early, rather than playing from behind.
Well, they've got that start. They've got an op-out on Torji immediately. Round 3 underway. Bang! ZywOo right out of the gate. First time with an up, first shot, and Jimmy's down.
Great work from the ZywOo AWP. And here come Vitality into the B site. No one's there. No one's home. They've got the site, and right now, unless Spinks can do something about this in the tunnels, it might just end up being an early safe call, especially with that kill from Apex. They bail out. They can't get back into this round. It is going to be a comfortable start in terms of the gun rounds here for Vitality.
That's a nice easy one. Not even really having to think about it. ZywOo gets the pick. You know it's going to be a weekend B bomb site. Test the waters, and you've got access. Exertion can't put a stop or slow anything after that. So 2-1, Vitality on the board. And back-to-back rounds that have got to be oh my lord, they're getting deleted. Apex and Flamesy.
What a rough feeling that you call a safe call so early. You have 3 weapons still up, and all of those weapons get taken out of your hands. Now Torzi trying to hang on to his. They're not coming towards him. They're going to long, and he hides in short.
I like the conversation on the Dust2, because normally you'd come into this and you'd mention all the pressure. We could talk with Vitality, all the things they have riding on this, between the ESL Grand Slam for a second times, between a historic win streak, all the various things they have weighing on their shoulders and weighing on their minds. But they've actually mopped the floor with MOUZ a number of times throughout this year. We mentioned 5 series, but it's been so dominant. In terms of the maps across those 5 series, 12 won by Vitality. It's only the 3 of MOUZ. So, I mean, if you're Vitality coming into this, you're just saying, this is the team we've handled, this is the team we've destroyed and deleted a number of times already. Nothing's changed. We're still 10 times better.
Boosted, and another shot. Both oppers landing, but none to lethality.
And nothing aggressive from Vitality, so MOUZ's defense gets to breathe. Brollan out towards long behind the double doors. Torji in support with the AWP. And that smoke will signal that Vitality want to start moving up catwalk.
And Brollan wants to start moving up long. He's already pushed into the longhouse, up to the door now.
Torji's got a flashbang to activate him, and he will. That's the low HP AWPer, but Didn't swing out wide enough, so ZywOo gets away with his life, gets away with one in that exchange.
They know there's a player committed long, so Vitality start to put a little bit more pressure at short. Exertion with the flash, landing in front of Flames' face.
And there's no smokes on the defense or Molotovs for Catwalk, so this hit just has freedom to begin whenever Vitality choose. MOUZ can only lie in wait, knowing exactly what's coming, and the AWP is out of position. Torji might be trying to hide it over at the B bomb site.
Smokes are up and Flames on the charge in. It's going to be Exertion's Deagle, ready to strike upon them. Half HP, quickly the headshot in the end, and eventually taken down by MOUZ. Brollan to filter in. Can he do enough on the MP9? You better believe he can. Chiming in with Torzi. And now ropz, the savior, comes out from long. Vitality still in this fight because of that. And it's the ZywOo ropz show. The two best players in the server today looking to close out the clutch versus MOUZ.
And let the retake begin. Yimpat and Torji are moving out through the double doors. They're going to wrap around middle. They can go up Catwalk, they can wrap long. And that's exactly where they're going to go. The second option, they'll have ZywOo's AWP to contend with at car. No kits on the MOUZ side.
And this new pairing have been winning rounds all season long, pulling Vitality closer and closer to victories. And here's another shot from ZywOo, ready for the next fight, but it comes from CT, and so ropz will fall, and MOUZ come back into it. They deny ropz and ZywOo, and it'll be a 3-1 lead for MOUZ.
That's a really, really sick sequence on the retake as well. The peek from CT to take down ZywOo, which activates the long player. The second player at long was never found by ZywOo and ropz. So an easy cleanup, and MOUZ keep the lead. And they extend it up to 2. There's the op shots exchange in the early going. We don't get that op duel too often, but Torji coming over have an impact with the low HP. Look at what it means to him as well. Torji, highest rated player at the event. Chasing down this trophy.
Apex, he's got the long spawn, so he gets to bring the AWP out. Let's see if Apex can grab the opener. And just about misses out on taking Torzi down. The AWP returns to the hands of ZywOo.
Both teams really labored in terms of their money, so this round has massive implications moving forward of what they're going to be able to bring to the fight in the next couple rounds. Winner of this can go on a little bit of a streak. Apex and Flamesy taking control of Catwalk.
Torzi lying away. Molotov going to land in front of him. Oh, doesn't see his opponent, takes the shot as Apex starts rattling off a couple of his own. Torzi knows to pull the trigger. Good response from Flames. Up short, he'll be here all half long.
Yeah, MOUZ trying to fool him, try to put up a little different weapon in the defense after they've spotted the op, but Flamesy just too prepared. He was sharp yesterday with impactful openings, starting out Dust2 that way as well. 3 kills for Flamesy in the 5 rounds of play so far, and Spinks coming in for a flank, cutting the map off, shrinking it for this defense, and MOUZ is going to start to know everything that's happening.
Torzi coming away with Flames, no problem. Spinks is flank. Oh, it's going to get spotted. It's going to get unraveled. ropz for the kill down into the lower tunnels. 40 seconds left. And Vitality think about leaving short and dropping back into middle. Yimpat will be the man tasked with dealing with this, spotting this.
Yeah, I like that he got away though, because that was an awkward position that he was committed to. Now he can fall into the B bomb site and he's going to call them over. 1 lurker in mid, 2 coming from tunnels.
Yimpat gets in behind car. He knows he's got the support of Torzi watching that mid lurk, so he can focus fully on the tunnels fights. And here they come. It's MOUZ up first. ropz comes in on that mid plate, and just Torzi left. ropz is just baiting him out, and eventually the final shot rings in. It's ZywOo to close on it, and a second round for Vitality.
Look how fast it can come crumbling down. MOUZ at one point with an advantage in terms of manpower, with all the information on the map, knowing exactly what execute they were facing. ropz gets 1 kill on the flank, and the round opens up in a big way. And Apex is able to call his team back to the B bomb site for an easy waltz-in victory. Unfortunately for MOUZ, it's them who have the economic, the money problems. Pistols, an MP9, and a scout, and a fast long take from Vitality. They just don't have the resources to fight back.
Yeah, very fast, and ropz gets down into the pit, no problem. MOUZ spotting the push from Yimpat. Knows that he lost tunnels control. MOUZ don't have the weapons to fight at that kind of range, so they're gonna have to sit back, allow Vitality to come to them. Oh, Brollan with some head skills.
That's a huge block. That's actually everything for MOUZ at the moment. Complete vision. It's gonna get re-smoked, but now the flashbang's set up.
Flash to allow the swing. ropz to come out on top. Brollan only getting one. And with 55 seconds, that bomb site is taken by Vitality. And torzsi can't do much about the outcome. So a tie game we have here, 3-3.
Vitality seems so composed and so calm so far in this game. It's been a very cool look and a very cool conversation considering, I mean, the eye test for Vitality, everyone kind of feels like this event more so than any other they've played in. They've looked the most mortal, but still nobody able to beat them. And that's a scary prospect when you think, you know, we heard Apex talk about, we're not as well prepared. We took a little bit of a break. We needed a couple extra days before we go on a crazy grind. So they didn't, it wasn't as hardcore coming into Dallas, but they're still handling everyone that comes up against them, which is just so intimidating for other teams.
Yeah, it's not surprising to see them composed, though, as this is their 6th championship Sunday where they've been playing in the grand finals. And when we talk about Vitality, one of the things that always comes up is about the mentality that they've got. And that was the big conversation between both of the in-game leaders today coming into the event, right? Is this final is all about mentality. Brollan was saying that every day they're beatable. Every game Vitality are beatable, but it comes down to the mentality in these grand finals. And MOUZ was saying that that's the advantage that Vitality have over every other team right now.
It's the advantage you get when every game is high pressure throughout this 29-match win streak, looking for 30 today.
Not going to be too much resistance in the next round either here for MOUZ. They don't have a whole lot going into it.
Which is great, because Dallas, I wanted to have a chat with you guys. I usually try and get a sense during the walk-ins of which way you're leaning, but it was a little bit confusing today. Out there in the crowd, are you guys rooting for MOUZ to win this championship? All right, what about Vitality? There's an equal number of cheers and boos both ways, and I'm very confused.
What about Apex? All right, well, ropz straight through mid. It's going to be torzsi going down. And the opening fight here for Vitality is won. There's not going to be too much to get through at this point. Exertion and Impact going to push into the tunnels. They'll give it a good go. But Vitality about to grab the lead here on Dust2. Up next, Mirage. MOUZ's pick into the best of 5.
Yeah, this will be Vitality's first lead of the game as well, but they're starting to build up quite nicely. Look like they're not having any issues moving around the map, changing things up when they encounter difficulty. It's going to be 4 of the last 5 in Vitality's favor. I mentioned the map score across the series in 2025, 12-3 in the favor of Vitality. Dust2 is one of the maps that MOUZ has been able to take off of them, 13-11 back in that Lisbon Grand Final. But Vitality won the 3 Dust2 matches previous to that. So there's just no real cool advantages that MOUZ can look at and feel like they have.
A pretty tempered start into the final as well here. The gun rounds have looked very solid from Vitality. Impact doing some damage on the way out, trying to hold on to the AK. But even that is taken out of their hands.
That's a dangerous side in this arena.
Got the rifles coming out for MOUZ. No AWP yet for torzsi. We've been talking about how pivotal that is, how important it's been.
Especially on Dust2. So critical to have an op that's able to move around the map and hold the angles, and not with that luxury at the moment. They're going to have to fight it back and maybe pry it out of ZywOo's hands. Round 8, smoked across the double doors. ZywOo is going to take an early angle into the B bomb site.
A shot from ZywOo.
Does force a piece of utility out early, which is a nice thing for Apex to think about as he works this round. He knows the late B, they're going to be missing a smoke. Now utility to look like they want to take Catwalk. It's only flamesy though, and he's just throwing it as a fake. They've taken Cat a number of times in this half. This time they're passive with it. Down mid we go. Double doors smoked off just as Vitality gets 4 players in position. Feels like that's the idea that they wanted to take, now denied them by the utility. So time burns off the clock as Vitality wait this out. Break the smoke to check for information.
Trick pulling the smoke out mid and now accelerating into the B split. Spinks waits behind car, pops his head up and gets it popped off. So Impact, the only player left, he's gone, and these rounds just feel too easy for Vitality.
Well, there's no disruption at the moment. This is a very passive round for MOUZ. They sit far back and they kind of have 2 players parked at long, 2 players parked inside B, no one with eyes on mid. So, I mean, Vitality had so much freedom at all times to work that map. Even when their like ideas are denied, there's no one actually pushing into them, trying to find a kill, trying to do damage, and gathering information. So Vitality got a relatively easy round with not a whole lot of pressure. And Brollan is found out at the end of the day.
But the problem is right now for MOUZ, these rounds are so easy for Vitality and they win them so quickly, they have enough time and enough money to hunt them down. So you're not even getting to see MOUZ hold on to these 3 weapons, which you so often see on Dust2. So if you call off the B retake opportunity, you at least have 3 safe weapons, you can get another buyout, but there's no mercy from Vitality right now, and so these rounds just keep getting easier.
It's got to feel really rough for MOUZ. I would imagine we're going to get a timeout in the next gun round, but I mean, coming into this after the group stage they had and how good they looked, how cohesive they looked individually, how strong everyone was, you come into another grand finals on the big stage and open up with a flat performance and you're just sitting there as those players, you're like, not again. How can we not get over this? And they've got to show Vitality that's a different MOUZ. They haven't done it yet. Once again, MOUZ starting to push into double doors. Patience from Vitality, spots out the 1 jiggle peek. Damage is done, sees 2 more, kills them all.
Spinks waits on the A-bomb site, just hiding behind the default boxes, 5-7 in hand. This pistol can be deadly. And Spinks shows us why. ropz to respond from short though, and Yimpat once again, alone in a 1v4. He's all the way back on B with a scout. They don't show him anything in the early round, and that bomb goes down. So Vitality up 6-3 now at this point. The scoreline has just kept beating forward.
A very convincing 6-3 as well. Only losing 4 players in the last 3 rounds. Yimfat's going to fall away with the scout. Shouldn't be able to save it, but next gun round is everything for MOUZ. Next gun round is where you can still recover this. I'm assuming there's going to be a timeout from Cyclone, and that'll be the conversation to inject some energy into the team. And then you're going to look towards your individuals who have been playing so well for you. We mentioned Torji as the #1 rated player of the event so far. Well, Spinks is #2, and Yimfat is #7.
There's a timeout you were talking about, Jason, needing to get it out early here for MOUZ, because they've fallen flat. It's been 5 rounds in a row here for Vitality. None of them have felt competitive.
Well, MOUZ, their conversations. Torji has the AWP back in his hands. Still looking for some of those incredible performances we got on the group stage from Spinks, down at 3 kills. Exertion, a huge piece of this MOUZ puzzle, 2 kills. Very important players having quite starts to Dust2, and that's what this timeout is here to resolve. Cyclone trying to calm everyone down. Trying to keep his team composed. A 3-round lead, going to be challenged in round 10. The buy is back. It's going to be Brollan coming out long just for utility, and narrowly. A narrow glimpse of the arm that Apex misses.
Yeah, second time he's had the opportunity to go for the long pick. He'll give the all back to ZywOo immediately. I'd rather throw it down on the ground. They've got so much money. ZywOo is going to be over at B. Looking for the jumping Yimpat. He's not going to put himself in dangerous way. He's going to smoke out ZywOo.
I like this defense, though, from MOUZ in this round. If you look at the minimap, it's far more aggressive than what we've seen previously. Exertion was just playing close up on Catwalk, throwing utility. He's backed off, but you have Spinks close double doors. You got Torji deep with the AWP. They're paired up. So you have players in positions to grab information, to listen to sound cues, and to activate with flashbangs when you feel the moment is right. Up Catwalk we go, Flamesy leading the way. Molotov is going to delay the attack. ZywOo paired up with him. Torji's AWP nowhere to be found. It's on the B bomb site away from the action.
Oh, ropz has found the gap in mid. Starting to move through the smoke, getting in towards CT. A risk from ropz. 25 seconds. Eventually, it has to be the push forward from Vitality. Spinks very aware, but how long can he hold this? How long can he think about this? He'll call it off now and go back to short, allow Impact to deal with the potential of ropz. As Spinks tries to stop that bomb from getting to the site. 10 seconds for Vitality. They're now just arriving, and the shutdown comes in. 6 seconds for Mezzi. No bomb at his back. Round's done. MOUZ will go up to 4, finally ending the streak of Vitality's round wins here on Dust2. And they just run thin on time, and so it has to be a perfect finish, and it just isn't from Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good job from MOUZ out of the timeout as well. The words from Cyclone really helped out, obviously, with this 4th win. Vitality gets stalled out due to good utility usage from MOUZ. I feel like a lot of that comes down to having Spinks close towards double doors, able to listen to their tracking, like where they're going, their pathing, the timing in which they're taking different parts of middle, and they're able to deploy enough delay utility on Catwalk to make that a very difficult hit at the finish. Now we have a fast long play. Aggression at the corner. Mezzi's going to wrap around, jumping in towards Pit. And all of MOUZ backs away from the defense. They want nothing to do with the fight. So long controlled by Vitality. ropz lurking on the other side of the map.
ropz trying to stop Impact from taking one step further. He will do so. It scares off the AWP of Torji as well.
Both sides happy to take the stalemate there. But for Vitality, that kind of gives you notice that they're starting to get frisky after that long take, that they know what you've done. You've parked 4 players out there, so they bring 3 back. They change up the approach. Mezzi lurking over, and Pit can buy his time to pop up. And actually, oh, if MOUZ reaggress here, Mezzi has a chance in this grand final to put his name on Dust2.
First peek is good. Couldn't get the second, though. Spinks able to respond to his former teammate, and now we've got the play forward with 55 seconds left. 4v4 as Vitality go for a finish-up cat again. This time they'll have Apex coming out long way. Perhaps that'll be the difference.
Yeah, the follow-up behind Mezzi's death is actually really smart from Apex.
Xerxin steps out into the open. He's got no cover, and he's got no life. Spinks deals with Apex and long, but all the A defenses have fallen. And so Vitality move into an empty site.
Yeah, good heads up from Spinks. I thought Apex might play that a little bit slower once his teammates got the kill on the bomb site, but keeping things even at a 3-on-3 and controlling long for the retake, it forces Vitality to play towards Catwalk to defend.
Flash around the corner, ropz looks into the corner to dodge it, comes back, there's a quick headshot from ropz. And is there a second? Well, it looks like Torzi is not going to get away with it. 2 players pushing down short, and once again, MOUZ lose everything.
They cannot build any momentum. They're just not good enough to string them together. They won round one and round 2. That's the only 2 rounds they've put back and forth together. This has been so dominant from Vitality after the pistol.
But if you somehow win this last round, due to the start that MOUZ had, you have a nice buffer, a nice foundation built up. Even though this hasn't been a great half by any means in terms of the gun rounds, because you had 3 rounds early on, if you can win this last round, 7-5 is not a bad scenario.
Yeah, scoreboard-wise, it wouldn't look bad. Obviously, having seen the game play out, Vitality's just been so dominant once the guns became a factor. The rifles were brought out.
Got to give yourself a shot for the second half, though, MOUZ. Can they squeeze a 5th round out here? They've got the weaker buy. Holes in it. Lack of utility. SMG's a scout.
Doubled up in middle. Spinks and Xerxin. A new look for the defense. Now doubled up on Catwalk, Brollan, and Torji. Very mid-centric setup for MOUZ. If Xerxin and Spinks can slow them down at the mid-double doors, it can set Brollan and Torji up off Catwalk.
Here comes Flames through the doors. Xerxin, no problem. Execution with Spinks. And it falls to ZywOo and ropz to close out the half, and so MOUZ will be getting themselves a 5th round unless ZywOo and ropz rip it from their hands. And that is what they're doing. We knew it would be inevitable. Eventually, they would have a round together.
Oh, you spoke way too soon. Got Molotov. It's going to prevent Spinks from getting into the A bomb site. A 5-on-2 into a 2-on-2. MOUZ has got to be stunned.
And how many times do they do this? ropz and ZywOo, most deadly duo in Counter-Strike right now, looking to break MOUZ's hearts at the end of the first half of the grand finals. 2 players against your entire team.
You have no kits if you're MOUZ, you have no utility whatsoever, and ZywOo's going to be peeking for information, so you got his AWP you have to scale against.
MOUZ getting closer. ZywOo goes down, so it's ropz to close. What if half he has had? 16 and 6. What's 18? In the face of ropz, and he just can't do it. He can't keep it clean. ZywOo and ropz denied at the end of the half, and a 5th round picked up for MOUZ to keep this going. Not a close half by any means in the gun rounds. We'll see if MOUZ can turn it around.
ropz was the final piece of this Vitality puzzle, joining to start the year. He's brought them 5 trophies already, and in his opening map of the IEM Dallas Grand Finals, he's got 16 kills to lead the way and have Vitality with a 7-5 lead into the second half. Team switch side, Vitality to defend against MOUZ's attack, but the question everyone's got to ask right now, where's the MOUZ we've seen all event? When are they going to arrive? When are those individuals going to start punching back?
Question they will be asking themselves during that 2-minute break, and now we get back into the second half. MOUZ's going to be carrying the brunt of the utility. MOUZ would love a good start in the second half. An injection of energy required to try and close this gap.
It's going to be hard. Vitality want to be a little bit disruptive. You could see ZywOo pushing up on Catwalk right now, so holding off onto this. He's got some teammates behind him. Apex is there up on the boxes. ropz and flamez back in the site, but actually MOUZ is just going to head towards middle, so away from the entire defense. MeZi's alone at the B bomb site. If they can't do anything to slow this down in mid, MeZi is done for.
Smoke at the cross. Exertion accelerating Brollan. Running in behind him, but it's MOUZ to pick off Yimpad, and Flames coming through the smoke. No problems here for the early kills of Vitality, but Spinks still into the site. And a bomb plant coming up. ZywOo arrives in the tunnel. Spinks in the meantime is given a small chance to fight to the doors. He can't add anything to his collection. Flames with a further kill and ropz to the window. It is a pistol round for Vitality to kick off this second half.
Actually, MOUZ does a spectacular job in that pistol round. You got to give him credit. You sit in that B bomb site and do nothing, you're just going to get split and taken down. So MOUZ gets aggressive and he says, I got maybe like 10 seconds before I die. I'm going to try and grab one on the way out. He does just that and keeps a lot of space for Vitality to rotate over and get involved in the fight. Beautiful shooting still from ropz. I think a pair of kills to close out this pistol. Just filthy. So MOUZ buy up into the second round with that bomb plant. Running out of opportunities to get into this opening map of Dust2. Both teams kind of feeling out how the game is going to be played in the early stages of this best-of-5 grand final. And Vitality's come on top of mostly everything, 8-5.
And Vitality understand that MOUZ have a force buy. Got that early information from the mid poke, just seeing that towards the other scout towards top middle. We'll give this round the respect it requires.
They're already up catwalk though, MOUZ. They can actually pop on this pretty hard. Apex is going to start shifting, but Brollan wants to peek at this timing. ZywOo over at the rail. Galil against M4. And it's ZywOo to come out on top.
Nice and clean. Inside of mid, it's MOUZ to topple another. We're looking at Yimpad Exertion, the final two members here of MOUZ's force buy. They only get one kill so far. Yimpad will make it two. He's got an opening to the B bomb side all of a sudden off of that. He's not sure about it, but he's going to try and make his way through middle. Next up is ZywOo. Okay, Yimpad.
That's exactly what they need. We needed a heroic performance from somebody on MOUZ, somebody who could reignite them. Yimpad with these 3 kills has a chance for it. Flamesy on low HP. Timing is everything. It gets a good clean fight against the low HP player. He can do this.
Oh, another one! Oh my God, Yimpad down to the 1v1 up against Apex. A 1v5. Yimpad gives him the Jimmy jab, and that is a huge round for MOUZ. The Lone Finn in the Lone Star State.
Surely back at home, his all-star brother smiling as he watches him deliver this in the grand final stage. Monstrous performance out of nowhere. No business winning the round, but MOUZ, you needed that so much.
Oh, if you're giving that one away. That has to be the catalyst.
And look what it's done as well. Introduced the first piece of stress into the Vitality team. Apex furious in the moment of losing a 5-on-1. It should never happen, but now they got to pay the price. 2 scouts, a deagle, and 2 5.7s for Vitality.
Exertion. Building on the previous round success. Going to be an opening kill on MOUZ. 5v4 now for MOUZ.
I know it's an advantage for MOUZ, but be careful. 2 players are now tagged by those scouts. Yimpad and Exertion are both going to be easy cleanups for the pistols. So you're not out of this just yet, despite taking down MOUZ. MOUZ going to move slowly towards middle with the cover of smokes. Vitality have no clue what's happening on the map, no clue where MOUZ is headed. They have stacked 3 players at the B bomb site. That's looking like the right call at the end of the day.
Oh, big shot from ZywOo. Next fight goes the way of Spinks. It's on a nice edge. Yimpad 1 HP, Exertion down to 30. Still a shot at this for Vitality.
You can tell how tense and nervous MOUZ in, but now they have their final play. They've made noise about it.
Oh, there's 2 players here. It's ropz and Flames. They could double up. They could shut this down. Round the corner, they go into the 5.7s. They need to build off of Jimmy's success, and ropz's deagle rips them apart, but Exertion's there to save it.
Exertion on his horse to arrive at the B bomb site. ropz almost got into safety. That got weird. And Vitality, with the diminished weaponry, are still able to put up quite a good fight. Nothing is easy for MOUZ in this game, and it's the problem of playing against Vitality as the best team in the world. There's no rounds that come simple. They're always going to have a chance in them. They always find a way to work themselves over and figure out what you're doing.
MOUZ about to tie the game. There's nothing here for Vitality. This is likely to be a very convincing round win for MOUZ. A little bit of damage done on Exertion, but he's still going to win that opening fight.
And for the first time in this game, MOUZ gets to play with momentum. This will be 3 in a row where previously they've struggled to string 2 together. They've done that, and here they'll add another round on it. Yimpat gonna grab 2 off Catwalk, continuing his success. 15 kills now for the MOUZ Finn.
As we talked about at the start of this year, Yimpat's performances haven't been as good as they were last year, as last season. It's been a step up from the other players in the squad. You know, Spinks coming into the team's getting better and better. But last year we were talking about Yimpat perhaps even becoming the star of the team. He was having those kind of performances. Hasn't necessarily been able to keep that up into 2025, but if he can have a performance like this against Vitality, this could be the way.
Yeah, he certainly had maybe a quiet start, but he's stepped it up since then. Champion at PGL Cluj-Napoca. With the rest of MOUZ, that was Brollan's second event as an in-game leader. It shocked us all to see him lifting a trophy. And you look across the stage, if you're Brollan, you see someone who's walked the very same path as you. One time a rifler, a player for your team, just another role player, switching into the role. Apex did it in 2020, and we all scratched our heads and wondered why. Now 5 years down the road, Apex is considered the best leader in the scene. Brollan, following in those footsteps, has had a very impressive year with MOUZ so far. He's found a way to tie up this opening map at 8-8 in these grand finals.
Vitality back to a bye. Torzi will not be rivaled in the AWP department in this round. ZywOo does not have enough money for it. Exertion to be set up to go up on the Xbox and climb into short.
Can Vitality slow this momentum from MOUZ? Can they get it back? Haven't seen them have to even try yet in this map. Now is their first attempt. Apex and ZywOo over on the railing. Flamesy over at car, so Long is a little bit weakened. MOUZ taking their time with this too. Being patient, looking for any kind of a peek, any kind of an information, a jiggle from Vitality that's not coming. They're playing a more passive setup, trying to hold on to what little utility they have remaining.
Flames behind the blue bit. Here comes Torzi. Peeking into the rifle of Flames. Who comes out on top? It's going to be Flames as he tucks it behind, drops some utility, and actually Brollan got beyond it, and eventually we'll trade that out.
Okay, now you have a lot of issues inside this A defense because you can't go long, you can't go catwalk, you're boxed in, and you've got to fight your way out. Apex can only do the one.
Gets a lot of damage onto the second player as well. Spinks going to continue to move forward. MOUZ trying to track him, but he's getting caught by utility, blinded by flashes. But 15 seconds left in the round. That bomb finally going down. A nice pick out here from ropz is going to free MOUZ up, and then Brollan flicks back to Long. Brilliant from Brollan, and that's MOUZ into the lead all of a sudden.
It took him 13 rounds to fight back, but now the gun round's going in MOUZ's favor, and now you can see that confidence beneath them swelling. No longer afraid, no longer tentative. The script has flipped.
Money's gone, and it's all off the back of that Jimmy 1v5. It has broken them.
Well, it gives energy to you, and we saw exactly what it did to Vitality. Apex looking down the line as soon as that round's complete and wondering how exactly they lost a 5-on-1. A massive miscue from Vitality 4 rounds ago, and their lead disappears. It's MOUZ regaining it for the first time since round 5. And you're seeing these incredible sequences out of players that we didn't see in the first half. Multi-kills, double spray downs. MOUZ looking to be the first team to reach double digits on the scoreboard. It's pistols and MP9s for Vitality.
Brollan blinded, good swing. Exertion gonna handle that pressure. Spinks to handle the heat.
Brollan behind the smoke.
Oh, just crouches out the mid door. It's ropz going down to that fight. Leaving just Apex, and he's all the way at Longhouse. So this is 10 rounds for MOUZ.
10 rounds for MOUZ. Who would have thought it? 2-round lead. Apex gonna fall last.
5 rounds in a row. This is it now for Vitality. If there's a Dust2 fight to be had, it comes on this bye.
Yeah, it has to be here. They've been buried in these past few rounds. MOUZ have gained complete control, 5 in a row for the MOUZ attack, and showing no signs of slowing down, but a lot of those have been diminished buys, weakened economy, weakened money for Team Vitality. Now, for the first time in a long time, they've got everything they could possibly want. ropz at the B bomb site with MOUZ over in mid. Flames, Apex, and ZywOo at the A site. And MOUZ grouped up elsewhere. They've left Yimpat in a lurking position alone in T-spawn just to look for long pushes, for mid pushes. This three-man group is going to be packed up, looking to open up the round.
ZywOo not able to connect on his first opportunity. torsy will though. ropz coming away from that B bomb side. Apex responding in kind. It's short, but the bomb is shifting back to B.
Yeah, there's no window here for MOUZ to press the issue off that kill. It's a really smart play from torsy. He waited patiently in upper tunnels. As soon as MOUZ started using catwalk utility and mid utility, that's when he takes his peek, because he knows ropz's reaction is to look for information. They're slowed down by the defensive smoke, but Vitality haven't shifted anyone to help out towards MOUZ. He's all alone on an island with no utility.
Very committed in the position he currently stands in. And look how far away the rotates are. Merriman needs to go massive. It's going to be the first. Brollan going down. Couldn't get a second. Spinks cleaves his head right off, and they're into the site. 20 seconds on the clock, and we talked about how important this round was for Vitality. Now it's important that they save.
If you can find the lurker, if you can find Yimpat, you might be able to go for this. It'll give you a man advantage, and they have.
They do.
Flames, he finds him.
And now the open window is set up again to come back in for the retake attempt.
No kits.
But torsy could shut it down. He could shut that window in their face. They're gathering up. They're getting ready to go. There's one piece of utility left, and it's on the back of Apex.
And where do you put it? Okay, big box, so not the right place. Torsy's got safety.
Yeah, torsy waits back of the site. Nice shot into Apex. They're still going for it now as ZywOo comes in on the shot. It leaves torsy at the back of the site. And the first headshot needed for the Hungarian, but it's ZywOo to grab it at the end. There's no time for ZywOo. There's no hope for Vitality. And torsy will celebrate a round victory.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit worried after he takes that peek, but either way, great shot to the back of the platform on the first two players. And MOUZ, out of nowhere, grabbed control. Now 6 rounds in a row to get up to 11. It's a 3-round lead. And now you've got the trade kills out of Spinks. The clutch from Yimpat to start it all off. And the shots from torsy to close out the round. Everything we saw from MOUZ at the group stage has come to fruition in these past 6 rounds to Vitality's detriment. And it's their turn to talk things over in desperation. Xtaz trying to bring forward the next idea. The AWP is saved on ZywOo, and when that AWP is in his hands, there's always a chance.
The conversation before this game is all around mentality. Can Vitality stabilize on Dust2? Can they somehow find a way back? 11-8 down and coming up with 4 MP9s and AWP for ZywOo. MOUZ have to make it happen. They have to take it now.
Yeah, you've hit this peak form that we've been waiting to see on a big stage in a big grand final. Don't let it slip away. Slow pace, torsy looking for any peeks off catwalk as they take control. For Vitality with the AWP and 4 MP9s, it's a 3-man stack in the B bomb site.
Vitality have a feeling it might be a B finish. They've got 3 players positioned in the site.
Yeah, but I think with Exertion investigating like this, there's almost a world where he's just like, there's no one here. Like, I have complete control with no counter nades or anything. I mean, there's a world in which MOUZ can just go contact. Haven't called for it yet. The bomb is still outside of the long double doors. Looks like they'll bring a 3rd player back in Brollan and do a split finish at A. It's Apex and Flames to defend, but they've only got the SMGs.
Incredibly hard to see a world in which they get past this unless ZywOo steps up with the AWP on his own. The bomb is waiting just outside of the longhouse as it now starts to come towards him. ZywOo is their only hope. They'll chime in on Brollan. They know they're going against the AWP. They know that's the most dangerous weapon on the server still. And ZywOo's got a second.
Yeah, your heart sinks as his AWP rings out exactly where you want to go, and the bomb's got to fall away and the round's over.
Yep, they have no time. There's ZywOo shutting them down. They walk right into ZywOo. He stops them from getting up long.
Oh, that's such a weak way for this streak to end, though. It's so deflating. Not even a fight in it. Not even a chance or a look at the bomb site. That's a body blow for MOUZ, but finally the run is stopped at 6.
That's a huge round as well. Look at the upgrades that they get as well here. They started this round with 4 MP9s. They have 2 AK-47s now going into the next round for Vitality. Is that the moment where MOUZ break?
All right, Torji misses his shot on the jump across. It's all right. He won a 1v5. We'll give him a break. Smokes and Molotovs to prevent any catwalk peeks and aggression, and now Brollan starts making his move.
ZywOo on the start of the smoke. It's going to be Flames to come out on top of it. Towards it going down. Opening kill for Vitality. Followed up, extended upon. ZywOo shutting down Yimpat, and you've let them back in.
Here's that mental strength from Vitality. You lose a 5-on-1, you lose 6 rounds straight off the back of it, and eventually you get that one stop you needed, and you're back in business. Teaching MOUZ a lesson.
And how many times have we watched MOUZ, some of the players on this squad, collapse on the stage? How many times have we watched it? We watched it back in Rio in the grand finals versus Na'Vi just in October last year.
There's just no energy in these past 2 rounds. The last round fell flat because they get timed out. 2 kills from ZywOo when they try and execute with 24 seconds. And now this round as well is just like walking into your death and then nothing you can possibly do to recover the round. And look how hungry Apex is. He wants this final AK-47 out of Spinx's hands, and there's no money for MOUZ. Crouching all the way, an experienced matchmaking deathmatcher is Apex.
And he's got a shot, but he's taking one to the head.
I bet you guys enjoyed that though, didn't you? Yeah, you're all sick.
Fair enough. Spinx, pinned in the corner after the time. Don't die now. Oh, he's gone down. He's got $800. He has got $800 left. And we are looking at 10-11. MOUZ with a 1-round lead, but money's in the bin. Vitality have a shot at tying up this game. Not only that, but a chance to grab map point and steal it away from MOUZ.
Oh, beautiful shot from Flames. Just boosted up over the smoke. ZywOo peeking aggressively. They've gotten their swagger back and have knocked MOUZ off kilter. Money is gone. And that has a look of just like, man, I wish we could have completed this on a run. I wish we still had a streak going with some momentum.
They wanted to ride Jimmy's wave all the way to victory, but disrupted by 1 round where they walk into ZywOo's AWP. And it gives Vitality enough room.
And now we're going to go the distance, right? Vitality's going to close out this round 11-11. We're going to have 1 round to decide if someone wins or if we're going to overtime already in the opening map of the grand finals. And just look, Flamesy's like, I know it's Glocks, but I'm making the smart decision. I'm just backing away entirely, calling for reinforcements. Vitality making sure they don't make any mistakes to close out this map.
Shooting gallery for ZywOo. He's going to miss the first. No problem on the second time of asking. Mezzi's turn to come out and feed and feast upon the kills as Apex gets the triple. 11-11. We know what MOUZ are wishing for, but they might not get it. Final timeout used here in regulation for MOUZ right at the end. Cyclone getting on the mic, hoping he has the winning recipe.
Yeah, well, if you're MOUZ and you're Cyclone, you got to be telling your boys, look at this as an opportunity. We've been looking to gain this mental edge. We've been looking to gain this edge in closing out games. When we get deep into it on the big stages, this is what we've talked about. This is what we've planned for. This is what we've discussed we need to improve. And this is the chance to show to ourselves and to everyone who doesn't believe that we've made the improvements necessary to close out this map. And a new energy coming into round 23. Back to the bravado. Back to activating exertion for aggressive plays. We'll see what Cyclone has in store for them. One team will take an advantage and have a chance of winning the map in the final round of this Dust2.
MOUZ coming into it with Galil's. A couple of players. A sign of how weak their economy is in comparison to that of Vitality's with the AWP out for ZywOo. Brollan going into the lower tunnels. He's not alone. He's got two teammates with him.
Up catwalk we go, Brollan and Torji. Yimfat watching the flank from behind. Bullets exchange over towards the double doors, and Mezzi wants to get aggressive. Sees the trajectory of the utility, calling it out. Information that catwalk is taken. The opening move will be double doors. Apex and Mezzi lined up. A two-man defense, and they're going to have a lot coming at them.
MOUZ's hopes.
No flash, and that's the bomb going first.
Lie upon this plate. Upon finding success in the mid-fight. Flash going through. Apex forced back. Mezzi mighty with one, but not enough to make Vitality feel super comfortable here. 35 seconds left. Fire at their feet as MOUZ start to rotate back into the B-bomb site. Look who's waiting for them. The reckoning in ropz. 22 kills so far. Looking to build upon it, and they commit to B. It's his site, his domain, but it's just one kill. Apex comes in, keeps Vitality going forward. Apex with another, and Torzi down low in HP with no hope in hell. And it's a new fresh hell for MOUZ as they collapse at the end. They let Vitality back in again. And when you let the greatest team in the world have a chance, they are going to take it.
Yeah, this might be just heartbreaking for MOUZ. It's going to be 11-12. They've got they got a good amount of money with the losing bonus built up, but it's not pretty. Torji's going to be stuck on this Galil. One more round to MOUZ to figure out what they can do to get past this defense. They had it figured out for 6 rounds straight, but it's just those 6 rounds. Outside of that, they have not been able to overcome Vitality.
Man, they get knocked off their feet. 1 round loss and unable to recover, unable to get back up and get the fight going again. And now going into the last round of regulation, they're going in bruised. They've barely got anything to play with.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Vitality called a timeout here. That's giving MOUZ a chance to talk where Cyclone had burnt their 3rd timeout previously. So obviously Xtaz maybe not feeling that things are exactly perfect the way he would have liked. 3 of the last 4 rounds have been lost by time to MOUZ. That had not been an issue plaguing them through the rest of this T-half. But ever since Vitality put a stop to their run, their attack has just become limp.
5 Galils.
Round 24. Overtime for MOUZ or a map 1 victory for Vitality.
ZywOo in middle, smoked out for the time being. That smoke keeping MOUZ alive as they got up short. With the weaker guns, it's all about strength and numbers. The MOUZ mob go into short.
You might be looking to hit a timing as well that they wouldn't expect versus an actual smart round played out.
Mezzi, Weddy and Goose. They're gonna have to go through the fire. Brollan's already ahead, severed off from his teammates. He's so far ahead on his own. Brought down by Apex. Another multi-kill moment from Apex here. Grenade landing on Torzi. Softening him up, and look how disjointed the final members here are of MOUZ. They're going to try and get away, and they run right into Lawn, but Flames is already there, just waiting for them. It's going to be 5 rounds in a row here for Vitality. Complete collapse for MOUZ. We thought it would be the Jimmy clutch catalyst to pull back the comeback, but Vitality stabilized just in time, and it's heartbreaking for MOUZ, but it is collapsed. Team Vitality take the opening map of the best-of-5 grand final, the first map on their journey to 30.
Mirage for MOUZ, a 13-9 victory back at Blast Rivals, a 13-11 victory back at Blast Lisbon. Can they repeat that success here in Dallas to tie up this grand final series? Pistol round is live. Smoke Molotov onto Brollan, dualies on ZywOo, and a smoke flash on MOUZ for the defense. And MOUZ lined up looking like this is going to be attack into the B bomb site. They got 2 players in underpass, so they can change that quickly. And once again, a passive defense from Vitality. It works so well on Dust2. MOUZ could never push forward to find an opening, and okay, ropz is just going to continue where he left off.
Now ropz looking clean on the opener. Perhaps ZywOo's going to find the follow-ups. Spinks already finding himself into the window room, and it's a little bit of a surprise for MOUZ, but he's happy to get away with that one. And now he's stuck in the corner. He's pinned in the corner. There's a Palace push coming in as well, so MOUZ decides to go into connector and fight, and he found the bomb. And the rest of his teammates taking kills between them. ZywOo and ropz combined, putting it all on Yimpat. Another 1v5. He's got the first headshot. It's going to be MOUZ to go down. Is there a second offering? Surely they don't give him another chance here.
They're thinking about it right now. They're just like, all right, guys.
Oh, we learned. And so ropz is going to be clean with it. Win the pistol here for Vitality to kick off Mirage.
And again, I think too, it's like some of this passive setups from Vitality that ruined him on Dust2, ruined him here in this pistol round as well. I feel like MOUZ is probably thinking, normally when we run these tactics, we've encountered somebody. Somebody's gotten in a fight. Somebody's gotten a kill. We've got a gap we can exploit somewhere, but none of that available in this pistol round. Even MOUZ just feels the fact that he's surrounded and just decides to get aggressive. So, I mean, exertion, that's not a great look. That's almost like the, yeah, we don't have it right now.
Well, they don't. They absolutely don't right now. There's no follow-up force buy. They can even get close to a bomb plant, so no extra cash. Comfortable 2-0 should be coming up here for Vitality. ZywOo going to ensure that it is. Oh, yeah, ZywOo keeping it clean, running out of bullets, and ropz committed to help him. 2-0 lead. At least it's quick. And MOUZ get into the buy.
All right, AK-47's out for MOUZ, so we got to see what their T-side's going to start looking like. And this will be something they need to worry about, because ropz had that huge performance on Dust2, start to finish, strongest player inside the server, the most impact felt from his rifles. If he's going to get map 2 started underway, MOUZ has got to be very cautious about how they approach taking mid-control if he's going to be frisky like that off catwalk.
Well, here comes Flame sprinting up into the underpass, right into space, pretty loud about it. And still nearly wins the fight, which would have been a little bit ridiculous. Spinks gonna hold on, but there's a second wave. And there's ropz coming this time. Spinks realizes that's a possibility and keeps it going as he looked for the B aggression. He does indeed, and MOUZ, he's still gonna go for it. He's gonna go right into Spinks, and eventually, on the third time of asking, Vitality bring him down.
Yeah, but now look at this. A little bit of pressure gonna come over from Palace. Torji's here with Yimpat. They're going to wait a little bit of time for Brollan and Exertion to get back, but they're already staged up and ready to hit into this A bomb site. I like that round from Spinks. I think he noticed how aggressive the MP9 was and said no one sacrifices themselves like that if there's not a second player coming. So very aware of the situation, and the same thing with Vitality at the end of round 3. They're out-positioned, a man down, so group up at the B bomb site, concede A. It should be the first round for MOUZ because Apex isn't going to fight.
And Apex gets caught anyway in the jungle. So safe call for Vitality, they'll wrap it up, and MOUZ finally getting one on the board here. Be great if they were able to get a good start into the gun round, start building some momentum into this map. We know how important it will be for them just to try and shake off the woes of Dust2.
Well, think about, like, I mean, some of the personal aspects of it as well. You look over at Spinks, the one player dead for MOUZ in this round with that nice double kill to start things off. But Vitality player last year, a lot of the conversation that we've heard from Vitality from Apex has been his indecision of staying in the team, when he wants to leave the team, where he wants to be. Prevented them from lifting more trophies last year. Spinks kind of was one of those guys, thought the grass was a little bit greener. So now he's looking for that indication. He's searching for it. He's had Vitality. His former teammates beat them 5 times this year, all while he's looking to prove that he's made the right decision.
I think the Spinks move to MOUZ was a little unexpected, and we wondered how is it going to go. You lost Shuey, How is Brollan going to fare as an in-game leader? Everything about Brollan's character that we've seen outside of the server, you know, kind of timid in interviews, quiet, soft-spoken guy. We didn't think he was going to make it as an in-game leader, but MOUZ have got better and better. They've won a title this year. They're in another grand final on the stage. And Spinks has been a part of that.
Congratulations, Brollan. All that IGL success you've had throughout the year leads you to this, trying to figure out a way to beat the best team in the world at the moment. Round 4. Exertion and Brollan for mid-control. ropz and ZywOo and Apex to defend against it. Deep smoke, and that's a good little spam. ropz gets out of danger.
ZywOo staying committed in mid. Gonna have the support of the grenade of ropz going up in behind. ZywOo down to very low HP. Mid health to be exact. Spinks applying pressure, solo B again. The smoke at Palace is gonna stop Torji and Impact from moving forward and applying pressure to Flames.
Interesting seeing back-to-back rounds of Impact and Torji kind of grouped up over in Palace. Normally a position where you just see one lurk player there.
This time they got the bomb, that's the key difference as well. Bomb with him. So an A split being set up with Spinks' lurk at B. Flames is gonna watch them as they come out of Palace, that's the bomb. Oh, and it's not the perfect time to pounce. It's Flames just eradicating their chances, and they've got to fight their way out of it. Sure, a great double for Brollan, but they've still got to go back and get that bomb at Palace, which means walking into the waiting arms of ZywOo, who just waits back at CT spawn.
Yeah, Brollan's happy to be the player watching for the rotation through the murder hole. He knows they're likely not going to be coming from that position. High HP on Spinks. Yeah, he's made a sick walk. Got to be careful. ropz is close by. I think he heard something.
Well, you can see the reaction. He just sits back in the corner. He's going to allow Spinks to walk right into him. ropz, no problem. He's got it. Takes a little bit of damage on board, but with that kill, tips Vitality into the favor. 25 seconds to get the bomb back. Here's the reposition. You send Exertion back to Palace and let Brollan make his way through the murder hole, but he's caught by MOUZ. And so Exertion now leaps out of Palace to try and grab the bomb. He's picked it up, but it's an impossible task that waits in front of him. And he realizes that, so he's going to back away. AK-47 trying to hold on to it.
Yeah, he could replenish utility. Teammates will buy back up into things. And MOUZ trying to initiate the round by walking through smoke. They tried it on pistol round as well. Flames handles it both times very, very well. Double kill in this round. And a 3-1 lead for Vitality. Looking much the same. MOUZ, even with those 2 kills from Brollan, can't find the following piece. Spinks, he had to have just made one extra footstep that ropz heard.
Yeah,
ropz was so convinced.
This is the timing. Flames looks back, sees him just appear through the smoke, and he handles it quite well. Doesn't get caught off guard. Yeah, Spinks going to be very frustrated about that, thinking that perhaps he had the play to get his team back into the round, but it's not to be.
It's all right. It's a solid buy in this round from MOUZ, and it's still early going. Plenty of time to recover. But yet to find success they can lean on, they can rely on. Exertion is going to lead the way in underpass. Torji top mid and Brollan in support.
Impact. Next up, out of the ramp, you got Spinks pushing Palace. Just as that fight goes down, and so it is Flames this time to lose the fight out of Palace, but ZywOo stepping up, and instead he's got the double. Killing towards ramp, no problem on the Impact. He's got eyes on connector, but he needed it. What? Oh yeah, that's what we've all come to see. ZywOo on the swivel. Torzi up, and the chance of an ace. And ZywOo, will he oblige the audience? Yes, he will. He's here to entertain. ZywOo on the stage in the grand final.
Oh, style points. The clean one tap to close it out. The best player in the world. And he's come into 2025 with an attitude. He just rips them apart everywhere they are on the map. Exertion had a chance, the best chance. But you best not miss, and ZywOo makes you pay.
And another rough hit to the mental. Back down to pistols. Vitality are the best team, but they've also got the best individual. That's what makes them so deadly. Flames taking Brollan out. Opening kill for Vitality.
Yeah, this is kind of the end of Dust2. All these rounds are falling really, really flat for MOUZ. I feel like a lot of these opening kills coming in for Vitality, it feels like sometimes there's really not a great way to trade any of them. This round, obviously, just with pistols, nothing's going to be easy. And MOUZ back away from this B bomb site. The angle from MOUZ way too strong. But MOUZ having all those same issues we've talked about for years of just you get to this point and it looks like a completely different team than what we saw on the group stage. They melted through everyone on the way here. 2-0s. They didn't drop a map before getting to the grand finals. Embarrassing their opponents. Falcons, they wiped the map with them the entire series. Oh. But now against Vitality, we've got no indication that MOUZ is here to play. 5-1 and a timeout called from MOUZ. Cyclone probably feeling desperate.
If you're Vitality, you're loving this. One map up in the best of 5 already. ZywOo on a heater here, Mirage 9-0.
I think if you're Cyclone as well, you're talking to the guys and you're like, all right, look, mid control has fallen flat. This whole Palace play idea we have hasn't netted us anything. Maybe a 1-for-1 trade, the best it's given you, but coming through the smoke in Palace doesn't work. It might be time. MOUZ has done a lot of default spread out, going to underpass, coming to take middle. It might be time to just kind of fall back and do something easy. See if you can get something going with just an A exec. You know they've been running some mid control on the CT side. Maybe you could take advantage of that fact. Get into the bomb site, play a post plant.
Be a great time for Toys to start getting impact as well. He's got the AWP out. He's going to be charging to top mid. They're going to boost him up over the top of the top mid smoke. He'll peer down into Khan. Nothing revealed to Torsey early on.
Oh, tons of damage eaten by Brollan through the smoke just when they make their move. Apex had the nade primed for the utility coming in from the MOUZ side of things. That's really good chip damage onto Brollan at the MOUZ side of things. Him and Exertion just back all the way off. Torji's going to chuck a mid-round window smoke, but Vitality was just aggressive. They were just aggressively controlling mid. They know everything, and the smoke is missed anyways.
Oh, they're going to peek it as well. Oh, have a look into mid. They're going to see no one moving now. It's all starting to line up here as they go to the A site. They're going to be going into ZywOo.
He's an anchor now.
Flames off the top of the stairs. This is going to be Brollan, the first victim. ZywOo takes a couple of steps forward under the wood. And they might think it's clear because they just used fire on it, and so they don't even check him. ZywOo with a great reposition, and once again, another stellar hold for the A defense here of Vitality. It is impenetrable right now. They're separated. Spinks once again on the lurk at the B bomb site. This time he beats out ropz, but where can you go with this with 30 seconds? There's nowhere to run. You have to hide.
There's no impact on the lurk when everyone else dies on the other side of the map, and I'll tell you what, that's a really cool setup from Vitality. It's obviously the positions are nothing special, but when you think about it, I make a joke about ZywOo being the anchor. It's usually Flames. So when Flames gets the first kill over towards stairs, the rest of MOUZ thinks that the bomb site is clear. They're like, okay, the anchor is playing con. There's obviously a mid setup because we just threw the window smoke they didn't realize missed, and everyone's walking into the A bomb site not clearing anything. And ZywOo's lying in wait for an easy frag and an easy round win. Now a 5-round lead, and now Vitality so confident, so comfortable, ready for the late round hunt. Torji is going to get away.
Yeah, make sure he gets around the corner, gets that one pick at the end. So at least they'll still have the AWP going into the next round. But a second timeout for MOUZ in this first half. Vitality were in control of Dust2 for most of the first map as well. It took a Jimmy 1v5 to even give some life to MOUZ. It wasn't enough for them to ride it through to the end either. But they need a moment like that again. A turning point in the half to actually come back and get some rounds under their belt. It looks like Vitality are going to walk into a second map victory in this best of 5.
Well, MOUZ, they need something from somebody like we had from Jimmy on Dust2. Now's the time for that individual step up, that individual performance to breathe some new life in him. We saw what it can do. 1v5 victory for Jimmy, and they went on a 6-round streak, but now they haven't had any heroics, any success. All 5 players for MOUZ grouped up. They're tired of getting picked off one by one, spread across the map. They'll play the trade game. A death ball in middle. ZywOo and Khan, MOUZ over on catwalk for a defensive crossfire.
Or as you let that shot ring out. ZywOo in connector. Unstoppable. Unkillable. He's going to get away on 8 HP.
11-0 for ZywOo early on in Mirage. And inside the smoke, when that fades, he can pop up at any moment. He might be able to grab one more with fortunate timing. Flames clearing out Palace. Seeing that it's open, that nobody's home from MOUZ. And now ZywOo has all the information. Exertion still up in the ladder room, though. He'll be the pivot point as MOUZ rotate back to the A-bomb site.
He catches ZywOo, first death. Exertion finishes him off. The bomb shifting back into the A play. Flames, if he goes down to Exertion, that would weaken the defense massively so. Flames is still worried about the A-pounds coming through the ramp. Apex is hidden. If Flames can set up the distraction, perhaps Apex can knock the rest of them down. Flames is up first. Spinks to hit the deck. Flames paranoid about Palace, connector, and the ramp. But he's done a great job so far, keeping the pressure up. Now Apex reveals his spot. It's another kill. Another strong A setup. And they've held on long enough. The rotation is in as well. And Mezzi's just going to push out a CT spawn. 7-1. Vitality continue to build. And MOUZ have no life in the finals.
I mean, Vitality just have this team beat in so many different ways. It's now 5, I mean, again, the 5 series that they've already won so far this year, and now in this grand final, it's looking like MOUZ have no new tricks to bring to the table. ZywOo is just destroying them, straight up. When anyone else is required upon, they're delivering. But ZywOo is an absolute monster here on Mirage.
Yeah, I just can't figure out this A setup. They've walked into so many different looks of it as well.
It's the second time they've been confused by Flames positioning as the anchor, right? Because they're just so convinced that he's going to be the guy there. But ZywOo lying in wait now. Apex in the previous round.
Here's a pop into A coming out of Palace. You got Apex tucked in behind Ninja. The initial contact to be taken by ZywOo, and then they run right into Apex. He's blinded, so he doesn't get the follow-up kill on this. But good damage being done. Brollan and Torzy at least able to fight a little bit, but it's a Brollan clutch required with an AWP in his hands. He's gonna miss the first opportunity, goes back to it, and ropz shuts the gap down before it really opens up.
Yeah, giving him no room with which to operate between the shots of that AWP. Now a 7-round lead as Vitality continue inflicting pain. And you could see just the confusion when we get onto the MOUZ players' faces. They don't know what the solution is. They don't know how to adapt. Round 10, and no indication it's going to go any differently.
Yeah, there was excitement brewing at this event because we've seen MOUZ get better and better. Torzy having an incredible performance in the early stages of the competition. And Vitality also looked weaker by their own standards, so we thought this grand final could deliver. But right now, it is same old, same old. Vitality 8-1 up on the second map of play. Flames now confident, emboldened by their early success. He's going to walk into the ramp and get punished by Yimpat.
Okay, you've just been handed an advantage, and you have to capitalize on it now. Another missed window smoke. MOUZ today looking real shaky. Apex going to hold on to underneath balcony for the moment. Good kill onto Spinks, who's tried to lurk out. Yimpat and Torzy waiting for their moment.
Oh, ZywOo waiting for that smoke to fade away. Spot a little bit of his opponent.
Look at Mezzi, he's all the way at the end of B halls. He's about to bring out a big flank, but they're coming back from T spawn.
Well, they seem to be aware of what they've lost, what the gap is. Can Mezzi? Oh, he doesn't turn the right way. Looks away as Torzy takes him down. That's the opening. That's information that there's a weakness on the B side, but is there really a weakness? Because ZywOo's now here with the AWP, and the turret, goes jumping into them. Not ready for Brollan to be so close.
He's really disappointed in himself. That was way too much. And man, Vitality, this one just goes away from them. The first round, they've really tried to be aggressive and on an individual level with the push down ramp, with the push into B halls from ZywOo to get the deep angle, the flank from Mezzi. All of those get punished.
Yeah, limit testing, and they've found the limit. It's going to be a second round here for MOUZ.
And I think, you go into these last 2 rounds of the half and Vitality's, nope, let's just sit back, and they still don't know how to find a kill. So a little bit of extra breathing room for MOUZ with this round number 2. Money's fine for Vitality.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You still got to go up against a really solid buy in the next round. There's Apex handling the quick push, thinking he's caught a timing.
ZywOo trying to play, get some safety in the hall so he didn't have to worry about catwalk, and far more progression than he expected. That player came up through the underpass. ZywOo thought he had more time because Mezzi encountered players back in T-spawn. Misjudging the situation. I mean, for MOUZ, you're like, okay, we got this round. Now we have to win the rest in this half. We got to get to 4 to give ourselves some room in the second half. But again, you didn't really do anything there to win the round. You were kind of given those opportunities by the aggression and the pushes from Vitality, by their choices. You'll take it. But you still want to feel like at the end of this half, you got it under control. Timeout from Vitality, and that might just be Xtaz being extra cautious. Saying we're in control of this game, just don't give it up, just keep going. No more rounds like that, no more rounds where we make it extremely easy. Every round we fight for. Reminding them of the stakes of everything they're playing for, the grand final here at IEM Dallas. Putting yourselves in the best position possible for the coming weeks at the Austin Major. The potential second ESL Grand Slam in 1 year. Reaching the dirty 30 win streak.
Looking to collect their first of 2 titles in Texas. ZywOo smoked out, held back.
Oh.
Still gonna peek with a grenade, and of course it'll still work out for ZywOo. It's just a little bit different for him.
Man, he's really just a beast. Look how hard it is if you're MOUZ to set anything up. Just once again, this time you're grouped up, you want to prevent those early losses, and ZywOo's still able to grab one for nothing.
Now ropz is ready for a jump up on that bench. Flame's gonna be applying pressure out from the connector. Brollan being caught. ropz then steps forward, and Vitality, they sense weakness in middle, but they are mistaken as Spinks holds on to the double push. He's actually dealt them an even blow. We're back to a 2v2, and there's still a lot of time here for MOUZ.
Yeah, but Vitality has been the superior team in these situations on both Dust2 and now obviously on Mirage. ropz is going to back up into the B bomb site. The defenders kind of have to play split for the moment, and you can see over at the A bomb site the positioning from ZywOo. So many different choke points to worry about. He knows window is available, connector is available, so he's got to worry about window. Yimfat and Spinks. Up con into the A bomb site. 35 seconds left on the clock. There's a kit on ZywOo. There's utility for the CTs to use. Plenty for MOUZ to set up this post plant. A must-win clutch.
Off for ZywOo, creeping ever closer. And it's a shot to the chest. Spinks to be sliced. And Yimpat asks the clutch again for MOUZ. 8 seconds on the clock, going for bullets instead of Brawn, but he's got to go for this. They plant down in the site and denied by ZywOo. No hope in hell for MOUZ.
And nothing can go right for MOUZ. Even the Molotov doesn't spread to ZywOo's feet. He finds a safety in the corner. And Yimfat waited too long to start the plant while the Molotov was up, so it's an easy solution for ZywOo on the box. Final round of the first half.
This is the opening move with the grenade, and ZywOo makes it look easy. The man to open, and the man to close. It's all too easy right now for Vitality.
And if you don't laugh, you cry is what Torji's thinking as he lets out a giggle. A rough way to lose another round, and a rough half to have to experience in the MOUZ jersey. Exertion in middle all on his lonesome. Towards the P-bomb site we go with numbers.
Mezzi blinded, but they haven't checked him. They do not check Mezzi. And a double kill as he melts the attack, and ropz is up next. MOUZ halted, slowed down, and brought to a stop at the B site. Vicious from Vitality, 10-2, as they look to blank MOUZ on the second map of Mirage.
Well, this is the scoreline you get when one team outclasses the other in pretty much every aspect of the game. Tactically, strategically, and individually, Vitality on another level today, especially ZywOo. 15-3 on this first half of Mirage. Incredible sequences, an ace in that first half as well. There's no one from MOUZ who can step up and challenge Vitality right now, and this map might come to a very quick conclusion.
A mountain for MOUZ to climb, but it all starts with the first step. And will they fall flat in their face? Vitality gathering with the bomb outside of B. MOUZ with a molly in hand. 2 through mid, 2 through B. A lurk in Palace and ropz. MOUZ to take first contact. Bomb is now shifting into the underpass. MOUZ staying committed. ropz taking damage at Palace. MOUZ have got some early info to work with here. They know what's coming at them. As they split through the connector. Exertion's got the first kill of the pistol. They need a little bit more, and so it Spinks from behind, a double execution. ropz down to Palace. And it's a quick, clean pistol here for MOUZ.
All right, there we go. There's a little bit of life, and they get to have a chance at getting things started, or a chance at least playing themselves awake into this series. Oh, that's a valiant attempt. That's a very valiant attempt. Nice job from Spinks. Double kill and Khan getting aggressive, not letting them actually execute, turning around and handling the B-bomb site. Great flick over onto MOUZ. So 10-3 the scoreboard, or the score line.
But no round is unwinnable for Vitality, especially when they've got Deagles and Tech 9s. A little bit of something.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that eventuality. It's actually horror in my brain for MOUZ to imagine in a world in which they lose this round. That would just be too much.
Well, they're coming at them. The right hit, simple utility, an A execution, and Brollan stopping one. Apex able to respond. The pressure's up. The bomb plant denied. Apex not allowed to get away with it.
Got to get that bomb while the smokes are still up though and get it planted. ropz.
MOUZ.
Oh, he's not actually doing it.
Oh, the myth. He comes through the smoke. Oh, MOUZ appears, but Exertion ready. Handles him. Couldn't get ropz. The pressure's still on. But now ropz alone, and he's dropped. So MOUZ will pick it up without losing to the force buy, and they also don't concede a bomb plant.
Yeah, all about stopping that bomb plant. Really well done from MOUZ, spraying the bomb plant down through the smoke, and then all of a sudden Vitality actually have to attack into you. They no longer have the safety sit in the bomb site and wait for you for the retake. And they've got to do it with crappy weapons, so an easy mop-up for MOUZ. Vitality invested a couple Deagles, a scout on ropz. So trying to do a little bit of economic damage in this round. That's probably the best that Vitality can hope for.
Oh, ropz unable to make much happen with that scout. It's going to be Brollan and Yimpat with the two openers, and should be able to clean up the Deagles in mid as well without too much issue. And that M4 is going to hold down MOUZ. It's going to be towards it to come out on top of the final kill. 5th round for MOUZ, halfway there to the comeback. But here comes the buy for Vitality at the start of the second half. Everybody on AK-47s.
Yeah, it should be, I mean, you can do whatever you want in this round for Vitality. We'll see what they open up with. Do you want to spread into a default? Do they want to go actually and just attack into a bomb site, a set piece, get in? How exactly do you want to kick things off? In this gun round as you try and close out map number 2. Map number 3 will be Inferno. A little bit of mid control now for Vitality. Flame's gonna lead the way through, turning from flashbangs. One up on catwalk, one at the underpass. Oh no, not another one. Good trade from ZywOo, and mid is opened up.
Yeah, it keeps it 3v3, and a lot of space in mid for Vitality. Impact worried about B for good reason. ropz applying pressure. Impact goes into the peak, and he'll win it this time against ropz. Torzy's drifted over to help out B.
I like I like ropz actually forcing that fight a little bit. I mean, you have the 2 kills that come out in middle, so he knows more likely he has a one-on-one at the B bomb site. Finds it, can't get the kill, but the opportunity is still there. I like the idea from ropz. Not able to close it out. So MOUZ and ZywOo join up. At the base of Con, it's Brollan playing very passive in CT spawn as the A bomb site defender, but MOUZ is not sitting back on their heels. In fact, going to start getting information and getting started on a flank. ropz going to come on back and he'll be able to support Brollan, but ZywOo and MOUZ have the room to get a bomb planted.
Yeah, and they've gotten position very quietly. Contact all the way to CT, and now they make contact with Brollan. The MP9 on top of the first fight. Damage done to MOUZ as well. And that really should take him out of contention for this clutch. You've got Impact coming ramp, and ropz through CT, and MOUZ is just going to jump into the open with Molly in hand. He goes down, and another round for MOUZ picked up.
Yeah, they're getting started very well in the second half to make a game out of it. 4 in a row, 6-10. Getting a little bit closer, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, they built a decent amount of Vitality. Have got enough for another buy here with rifles.
Well, ropz op is in the field of play now as well, so let's see what he's doing. We haven't really had to talk about it too much.
No, we haven't.
But it has been on fire throughout this event. Quiet, obviously, in map 1 and so far in map 2, but CT side Mirage, let's see if he can get it rolling, because that's going to be great for the rest of this series.
Yeah, it took a while to figure out what they wanted to buy here, Vitality, but in the last second, they throw an AK on to ZywOo and ropz with the Galil. Some utility and a direct hit into the A bomb site. No lurks. It's all about getting out A. 4 through ramp, 1 through Palace, and here they come. Vitality on the charge. And it's that ropz op that you just mentioned. Not able to connect on the first time of asking. He has to relinquish control of CT, and this opens up a gap as Vitality start to move through on it.
Yeah, the top-rated player of the event so far hasn't been able to have impact in these grand finals. Now MOUZ going to sit patiently behind these smokes in this utility, trying to delay, trying to harass and deal damage as this bomb gets planted. So first step is there for Vitality, but the hardest one is winning the round.
This isn't even a full buy for Vitality, not even a full investment. But they're in the site, and they're always dangerous when they get themselves into these positions. But Brollan finds the follow-up kill. It's now a 5v3 on the retake. But the 2 rifles still alive, and one of them in the hands of ZywOo. Deadly to the headshot, steps out into the open, but Yimpet on the cleanup with ropz beside him. And MOUZ makes sure it's not a Vitality round win.
Nice attempt from Vitality, getting aggressive on the retake when the MOUZ players are in transition. ZywOo's able to grab a couple, but too much of an advantage for the MOUZ defense. And a second timeout called now by Vitality. Starting to feel a little bit of worry. Not panicked yet, but MOUZ have won 5 in a row. They've handled your executes into the A bomb site with no problem. And they're now within striking distance, just 3 rounds back. So for Vitality, they're saying we need to stop this right here, right now. Fist bumps are out, and maybe a change of style. Maybe instead of these A execs with the low buys, maybe we do see them go back to that mid control. Spread out across the map, give some individuals freedom.
ropz. Smooth moves. He'll get himself to short. Vitality have the mid control. Exertion trying to make it a little more difficult for ZywOo. Sends 1 bullet through the smoke. Brollan's pushed up in ramp.
A nice little position for him that gives him flexibility. Exertion can be a little bit more free roaming towards top con. Spinks hiding in the window. Vitality take mid, and they take mid control, smoke out to deny the information that they vacated the premises. It's back around to the A bomb site, so similar idea, but they just wanted to start it with mid control to see if they can keep the defense away.
Yeah, but Brollan's on his toes. He's aware of this possibility. He's aware that the A play might be queued up. Can he stop it? Can he make it more difficult at least? First up, ZywOo sees the shoulder, and that's all he'll see. MOUZ follows up on the double peek. ZywOo and MOUZ creating space into the A bomb site. ropz has to try and shut them down. It's a good quick kill here on MOUZ. Is there anything else in the AWP in the back of the bomb site? And there won't be, because they're rotating, because ropz is calling him to come back to B. It's opened up. There's a huge amount of space as Impact comes back, but is he going to get shut down by ropz?
So much attention pulled to the A bomb site. Vitality sitting simulated that so well. Wasn't meant to be a fake, it was meant to be an exec, which is why it felt so real to MOUZ. They've all shifted away, and ropz has found the foothold inside the B bomb site. Yimfat coming back to see what he can recover, but I think it's too late.
Well, they're already in. The bomb now coming, and he's going to do damage to the bomb carrier, but he can't stop them from getting in the site, and Apex is going to stop them from rotating. As he gets to top middle, exertion is cut off, and MOUZ fall to just 3 plays, and they're a long way off winning this. They're a long way off winning this. With that kill on Apex, numbers again even.
They've got kits.
And Yimpat knows he did damage as well onto the player that jumped out of the window. That's ZywOo. Yimpat tapping away to the bench player, doing more damage. Finished off by torzsi. Flames up next, and he's not gonna miss. Not gonna miss his chance. And it's all on Flames now as Spinks comes back in, and the wall bang to bring him down. Spinks wins an essential round for MOUZ to keep this comeback going.
All the things going wrong for MOUZ on Dust2 are now going right in this second half. You get the benefit that spam down at the very end. Vitality even plays that very well. The bait from ZywOo with low HP. It's played perfectly. But 2 spam kills on this retake. A couple miracles for MOUZ. And now 6 in a row in this second half. Dallas, the comeback is on. Do you want MOUZ to complete it?
2 rounds away. It looked like it was about to be a one-sided Mirage. A collapse for MOUZ. And MOUZ already out of the ramp. He's got ZywOo in front of him. Look at this. Vitality has some space to play with.
They've got him beat. They just need the kills now.
Can they take them? Will they boost up? Yes, they will. Brollan's timing. Looked away. ZywOo's on the top of the stairs now. There's no way Brollan's ready for this. ZywOo zaps away Brollan.
They still don't know about exertion though. A similar position who can wheel himself out of Con. Going to be smoked off now, but still has a chance for impact. Going to stick in Con, wait for his teammates to arrive, play the 4-on-4. Another retake opportunity for MOUZ. The last one looked so clean. The retakes in this half have looked clean. 3 in a row diffuses MOUZ has. And 1 more needed to close the gap to just 1.
The wall bangs in the previous retake helped their woes, allowed them back into the site. Gotta hope for some success similar to that now. Plenty of utility. ropz will burn, and he gets taken down. Quick first kill here for MOUZ on the retake attack. They launch themselves in. This time ZywOo MOUZ on the fight, but it's just MOUZ left. The defuse being stuck. It's planted on default. Can he get there in time? Yeah! He gets there in time. It's MOUZ stealing it away. 11 rounds for Vitality. And he just blasts his way to the defuse.
And the desk mentioned it, how good this supporting cast for Vitality has been. We're always going to talk about ZywOo. We're always going to talk about ropz. But MOUZ has delivered in so many big moments.
Oh, so close.
So impactful, so clutch.
So close.
And now we see if the story is the same as it was on Dust2. An incredible run from MOUZ to get back into the map, but a single loss. Does that shake them off kilter? Does that ruin their rhythm?
Well, it was enough on Dust2 to destroy them, to make them disappear.
So let's see some of that mentality they've been talking so much about. Time to dig deep. And well, it's just a rinse and repeat through the smoke for sure.
Only 1 player here, it's torzsi looking to make the difference this time. Torches Flames. Spinks and Apex, blow for blow. ropz opening up, another fight towards Brollan, gets into the connector. Utility drops in, ropz goes down, Spinks again, another impact kill for MOUZ. ZywOo diving down out of Palace, and once again it is ZywOo tasked with a clutch for Vitality. This is the sharpest tool they have.
21 kills.
The weapon of mass destruction in ZywOo, and he's gonna bring it down to the 1v1. The game, or the Hungarian highlight. ZywOo against torzsi. Defuse tapped, not the stake. ZywOo starting to move in, and it's torzsi to pick it up. Dropping ZywOo. And he's had a great run of form here in Dallas, and he's going to respond to the Vitality win with one of his own. Keeps MOUZ in the fight.
Yeah, and he's the sharpest tool that MOUZ have, and he's the sharpest tool we've got in the tournament. Such a good event for him, and an important clutch to keep this comeback going and reverse that. Stop MOUZ from falling into that pit of despair they encountered on Dust2. And Spinks is learning a lesson. If you're going to take that kind of a stance against ZywOo, you better nail the shot. He's not going to forgive you and not let you get away. torj saves him.
A pretty calm reaction as well from torj winning the 1v1 against ZywOo. Knows the job is not done. That is just merely a lifeline. They still have to swim back to shore.
But at least this time on this map, they can look at this run and be like, we've been doing it this whole time. This CT side has been locked down. We know exactly what we're doing. We can handle Vitality here. They don't have those doubts that Dust2 introduced. An incredible run in Vitality, gonna buy into this round. A smaller investment with the full losing bonus. Pistols and the one hero AK-47 on ZywOo. But their T side really struggling as MOUZ's defense has hit an incredible level. The last 4 round wins for MOUZ have been defuses and retakes. They've looked clean. It's all a fake and it's working. Look how hard MOUZ bit on this. Look at the rotation on the minimap. Just now, Exertion getting back into position.
Exertion, he's gonna get one. I was hoping for a little bit more on that peak. He had the element of surprise with the distraction set up from his teammate in the site, but not enough to feel comfortable here if you're MOUZ.
No, definitely not if you're Brollan, low HP, and you got everyone to worry about.
ropz trying to fight down CT, but he knows he wants that low HP player. He wants to get it, and he's got it. ropz in the hunt. Successful. He catches himself for Brollan. And now the plant is being secured. Apex looking to put it down. Spinks not there in time to deny it. And so the fuse is lit. Will it be 12 for Vitality off the back of it? As he waits, up on ticket, it's gonna be torj, straight to the head. Flames and ropz, 2v3, and the flank around the back.
Oh, that
and
could
ropz get there in time.
That could be the winning play if Flames keeps him off the bomb.
He's got to keep them pinned. Oh, he taps on a torj, and now it's ropz around the back. Flames is doing it all on his own. He doesn't even need ropz right now, but he'll be the final piece, and he can't do it, so it is Flames required. Time ticking, dancing with death, and Spink does not have a kit. He does not have the time. And Vitality, they've got map point.
It was MOUZ a couple rounds back, now it's Flames. Incredibly precise shots. And it's the supporting cast. This is what makes Vitality so strong. This is what makes them so hard to beat. ZywOo's bringing you to the finish line, but MOUZ and Flames with impact to bring you over.
And look what it's done to the money here for MOUZ as well. They're broken, they're completely shattered at the end. Flames with some beautiful shooting here. And it might just be enough to close out the second map of the best of 5.
And it's got to just be so gutting for MOUZ. Again, 2 maps in a row, huge runs to come back into the maps, contend down the stretch.
And just think about it, it's a best of 5. You're going up against a team that hold a 29 win streak. 6th final, looking for their 6th title. How are you going to find the way to pull back a best of 5 and reverse sweep it? I just don't see a world in which that happens for MOUZ. If Vitality close Mirage here, they are likely looking at their 6th title and a 30th win in a row. This is what MOUZ have. 5-7s, Deagles, MP9, and a FAMAS.
It's not pretty, but you can always do something clever and creative. How prepared is Vitality going to be? And actually, it looks like they don't even want to let that clever and creative plan come into action. They just say, we'll stay grouped up. We don't need to spread out, thin out our attack and let you pick us off. Over to the B bomb site we go, and Apex, he hasn't called a play like this all throughout the half, so MOUZ have no idea it's coming. It's Yimpat alone with the Deagle.
Yimpat, gonna be cleared, no problem for Apex. Follow up for the Mag-10, not good enough. And the last ditch effort for MOUZ to leap back into the site. It doesn't look like it is going to be enough to keep them going here. Spinks has to make us believe. With that MP9, he doesn't muster it, so it's Brollan to step up instead. The Swede looking for some sweetness, but it will not be the fact. It is Vitality last year who came to Dallas and were defeated in the finals, but this time they are looking to destroy MOUZ to take that Dallas title.
Four victories for Vitality on Inferno across 2025 against MOUZ. Just another obstacle they'll have to overcome, having never beat Vitality in the past 5 engagements. never taking this map away from them, and now you've got your grand finals life on the line as well. And you have the history of the first two maps fresh in your minds. Vitality getting out to big leads early, burying you, making you feel useless and impotent. Comebacks that brought you back in that fall short, it's happened twice. MOUZ surely feeling there's nothing they can do to beat this team. And it's so
much utility they've got, Jason.
Yeah, so slow to start at the moment. Vitality just looking for MOUZ to come out with a different kind of attitude, with a different aggressive philosophy, trying to catch them off guard and just don't want to deal with it. So sit way back, and at about the minute mark, they've got complete banana control.
Exertion can drop his smoke and try and slow this down, but they've got enough to re-execute into the B-bomb side again. They're going to send that third player over straight away. Spinks rotating through Speedway. He has a flash to help out. And MOUZ actually holding on to the util. You've still got Yimpat was his. He's on the other side of the map right now.
Because they're so passive and they haven't actually moved, they have no idea what's coming. Like, they needed that flashbang from Spinks, but he's shifted back to the A bomb site. He should be able to get here in time, and he will.
Well, that crossfire disrupted by the fire. And now comes the flames. Brollan in the fountain. Able to cool them off, and it's Exertion with a double kill. Oh, yeah, Exertion! Crossheads to the head and shots with the Torperettas. The gunslinger in Texas, and we've got the pistol for MOUZ.
Feel like that's the first time we've had to say his name with a round like that. A single-handed victory from Exertion. Has not been able to get going in this grand final. But that's exactly what MOUZ needed to get started. And we see what they can do when they get momentum. It's just too frequently it's ripped away from them. So this conversion in round two, critically important. Thankfully, without a bomb plant due to Exertion's performance, Vitality will not buy. So a little bit of an easier time to start things out for MOUZ. They'll wait for the third round for the AKs to come in. I talked to Apex after the last map. He said you guys got quiet. He said you guys got no energy. Mizinho.
Torzy now looking to shut them down. It's just one kill for him, and the pressure is going to be up on him. Brollan to clean up Apex, and we got Flames and Mezzi, the last two Vitality players, and they will fall. It's a good start here for MOUZ, 2-0.
Yeah, but now the real test comes out, or the first test comes out in terms of the AK-47s. All across the board for Vitality. You guys are absolutely wild. Thank you for another good weekend, Dallas. Round 3 underway. First gun round, and Molotov sent up towards Banana.
Yeah, Exertion going to be behind the Flames this time. A lot of utility to back him up as well. A bucket load with Brollan. A month of Counter-Strike in the USA. And we're just getting started. ZywOo on top of the half wall. It's going to be ZywOo to take one. Spinks to Trey, but it's short-lived thanks to Mezzi on the follow-up, and now Brollan's caught out of position, and they make it look easy.
Yeah, the trade game is so efficient today for Vitality. They haven't slipped up in that regard at all, and you still have ropz over on the other side of the map lurking in holes. So there's no safety for Torzy and Yimpat at the moment, although, of course, having played 4 times on this map, they'll be well aware of ropz tendencies. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do about that kind of a peak?
Now Torzy goes into boiler, and nothing at all. Vitality once again with no mercy to MOUZ.
ropz has got to be the greatest solo player we've got in the game, unlike the anchor on the CT side and now over on the T side, just holding positions, being that second option for your team, making sure and denying map control from your opponents. He's just so dang good. So is ZywOo with this opening kill. Spinks gets the trade, but he knows there's no time to fall back, and that's a well-done attack from Vitality. busting up the stack and breaking in, and now MOUZ quickly down to just an MP957, 3 rifles, but missing utility.
Not a whole lot of hope here for MOUZ, but we'll see how the triple stack outside of Banana goes. Oh, it's going to be a barrage to Brollan. A lot of his health ruined. The impact down straight away. ropz offers himself up into the fight versus ropz. He's actually going to win that fight in the apartments. A key kill to keep his team in this round.
Yeah, good find onto ropz as well, but so much damage onto Brollan. He's brought very low. He's got to shift away from the B bomb site. No reason for him to stick around, so it's just exertion. MP9, he's got a smoke to drop if he gets in trouble, but ooh, okay, wide swing, he gets back in time. Vitality's happy to force out the delay, and things will settle for just a moment. MOUZ has to think to save these weapons. No one even going to attempt to help exertion at the B bomb site. When this hit comes in, he'll either fall back and save with the rest of his team, or he'll just end up dying.
Let's see how much he can muster. MP9 in the coffin smoke. He's held behind it. Can't really get anything going.
Spinks and Brollan still haven't moved. This round's done. It's gonna be 2-2 tied up. And the simple thing is MOUZ just don't want their economy and the weapons to disappear. So they'll bring the 2 M4s into the next round. And for MOUZ, this is a good call from MOUZ. It gives you another buy back-to-back, despite not having the funds for it. But this can't be a trend. We see it on Inferno frequently. We know how often and how if there's a convincing site take, the other site just kind of has to save. Rotations are long. You're rotating into really tough choke points to manage. And MOUZ has to make sure that moving forward into the rest of this half, like they can't just lose the B bomb site without trades, without resistance, without slowing down Vitality. If they can't buy time for teammates to get over and help them, they're in for a world of hurt.
The save gives them another chance, but will they take it? Happy birthday. But it might just be V-Day again.
All right, well, round 5. What are we getting into this one? MOUZ is trying to save a little bit of money while having enough to be dangerous. So it's a light investment in terms of the nades that they pick up. In terms of kits, they haven't grabbed any of those. Yimpat going to stay away from armor as well. So just trying to shore up as much cash for the next round as the losing bonus hasn't fully built up.
Ugh. Not going to be happy about that, ropz. Just over, or rather under half his health. Taken off with that grenade. He's going to drop back and play from short. Flames just got the apartment, starting to move through the bedroom. We'll soon confirm that he is the sole tenant. Brollan to move forward with a smoke that lands on the half wall, laying down some fire. And it's ZywOo to take the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, that's a really nice find from Brollan. A little bit of unconfirmed damage, but softens up ZywOo for later on. And once again, they leave Brollan all on his lonesome at this B-bomb site. Wonder if there'll be a shift back on a certain timing. Spinks and exertion on Rap side. ropz and Yimpat doubling up towards Pit. Banana control now taken for Vitality. They've got brackets to pressure the A-bomb site. They've got Banana to pressure the B-bomb site. And MOUZ have no idea which one they're going to finish at yet.
Mezzy into the open and to his death. Brollan grabbing the opening kill here for MOUZ with 40 seconds left. Look where the bomb is. All the way at the back of the T-Stairs. At least Apex getting some space here for his squad, but they need to pick that bomb up and get over to B, and Apex has been traded out, so not looking too pretty here for Vitality. It's ropz to make the next move, and he's stopped. So this round goes nowhere. Vitality fall flat, and MOUZ back into the lead.
Yeah, that felt very curious. There was no finishing move whatsoever. Players trying to trade out at the B bomb site, trying to find Brollan, and just kind of one by one they've leaked in. It felt like they never really had a team unified decision to attack and commit to things.
It's a cross.
Yeah, but he doesn't know there's one player in the back. So planting in the smoke, you might be able to get away with it, but
the ball plants, but needs something special now. Flames will give it the first step, and he just can't connect it onto exertion. So MOUZ do eventually take the lead. A small chance for Flames, but not taken.
No, that was always going to be near impossible. A couple of kills would have been nice, but if you're MOUZ, you're happy about that safe call in the previous round because it kept the weapons in your hands that you used to win this one. So it's given you a 3-2 lead as these two teams exchange runs in the early going of Inferno. Good round from exertion, continuing that form from the pistol. and the first timeout used from Vitality. And yeah, it makes sense. I think a round like that had to have been frustrating. We saw Apex there on the camera, although that's nothing new to us. But just the way it kind of got away from Vitality as a team. Too many players falling, not really convinced, not really coordinated. And a huge task in this map as well for Cyclone, for MOUZ, who knows they're going to encounter difficulty, who's watched his team collapse on 2 maps in these finals.
Oh.
It would have been cool though. Round 6, up in Torji's hands. And this is a map we know he can come on fire. If Torji has a good Inferno here, MOUZ can run up the CT side scoreboard. He's gonna be boosted up over the smoke in middle, wants a chance at it, but scared away by the bullets. ZywOo yet again coming on the losing side of that utility exchange in Banana. This time just eats 1 down to 53. MOUZ as well in the same position.
Exertion gonna eat 1 nade, but it's not gonna be a whole lot of damage. MOUZ then jumps up. Exertion wins the fight. Apex and the central trade for Vitality. ZywOo to follow up. That's the B bomb site. That's it. That's everybody that was there.
Yeah, this is what I talked about just a couple of rounds ago. That hit is way too convincing. Brollan falling that fast after the fact, and you leave Jimmy, Spinks, and Torji with nothing to do. No point in them shifting over. They know they've still got ropz to find as well. So they're still in danger. And a very convincing round from Vitality.
How far does ropz want to push this?
They don't really, Vitality, have enough funds to go for any kind of a hunt, so ropz might just kind of peek in on his lonesome, but he's knows the likeliest place for them to save is over in pit. That's not a great fight for him whatsoever, so just looking to see if anyone pushes out. MOUZ should be fine keeping these weapons into the next round without any kind of a hunt, but we're tied yet again at 3. You should try it on your Steam Deck. I hear that goes well.
Exertion handling the heat quite well, and 2 grenades come towards him. He stands at an open angle and has to fight the initial player of car. Apex just kept the pressure up, able to trade him out, and the B-bomb site falls down to the ZywOo follow-up. So 3-3 scoreline, all tied up again, and MOUZ makes his march into Banana. He's got ZywOo beside him, and ZywOo, I don't know how he's not taking any damage whatsoever. The fire doesn't spread to his feet, so he just sits back behind the logs. And ZywOo will be happy about that.
A god cannot be touched by fire. ropz going to be at the end of halls at angle deep. Okay, Torji, you're in danger and you don't know it yet. If you back up, if you just lose focus for a moment. Thankfully for Torji, he steps forward. It's Brollan who might be at risk. And just by sheer luck alone, they avoid running into ropz's crosshairs. Vitality lining up an attack to the A-bomb site. Left side going to be smoked off. Torji going to be blocked off. How fast, how aggressive do they want to take this attack up short?
Blinded, forced back into the archway. ropz going to miss his utility. In fact, it's a little bit of blowback in the apartments. He's got 45 seconds to try and recover this. The utility's going to come up long. Spinks into the fight, but nothing. Nothing from Spinks, and an opening now as pressure mounts for the 2 remaining defenders of the A-bomb site. Torji in the site, overwhelmed, overrun, but Yimpat looks to protect him for a little bit longer from pit. It's 2 from the Finn. It looks still good for Vitality as Exertion and Brollan held out.
You're still not having any success on the initial fights when these attacks begin if you're MOUZ, which means even though Jimmy gets you a great double kill from pit, it has no impact in the round. It can't actually turn the fortunes of what's occurring. Vitality are just beating you 4-3. They're keeping it close, but they cannot find a consistent way to win against Vitality.
Another save call. Vitality increased their score on the T side to 4. That chicken is going bye-bye. Devastating.
One round lead for Vitality, 2 map lead in these grand finals as the first time out is called from MOUZ. If you're the MOUZ team during this, you're just thinking, we had that conversation coming into this map after losing Dust2, after losing Mirage. It hasn't gotten started the way we would have liked. It's yet another situation we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of. We weren't able to capitalize on the early success. Cyclone trying to tell his boys, stay focused, make some information plays, start having courageous ideas, keep talking to each other. We have to workshop these problems live. And probably thinking as well and hoping that the next MOUZ run, as we got it on Dust2, as we got it on Mirage, the MOUZ run on Inferno cannot come too late. It has to be much earlier.
ZywOo critting his own gap in the smoke. Not given an opportunity as Exertion takes a tighter angle, just boosted behind the half wall. Flash now into Banana. MOUZ starting to make his march. He's got his teammates in behind him. ZywOo and Flames following up in behind, and the space is slowly but surely being taken. First fight again will be Exertion. Can he handle them this time? Up first is MOUZ. Exertion catches a good timing, peeking out from the back of the sandbags just as MOUZ was looking the other way. Flames burning away Brollan. Exertion still around, and there's the shot from ZywOo. Not enough to bring him down, and so Exertion gets one more.
And once again, they beat him at the B bomb site. There's a third player here, it's Spinks, but he's gonna come on through, spamming in, found, of course, by ZywOo.
ZywOo's had very few kills to kick off Inferno, but all of them have been towards Banana, and all of them impact kills to make sure that there's no chance for the B bomb site defense.
Yeah, they've always been the player who's like the last line of defense at the bomb site, so a lot of impact for ZywOo, despite the fact only 3 kills so far. Low fragging game as MOUZ has been forced to save so many times, round and round again. And
yeah, they're having a look, but again, it's just so frustrating, but it's the tough pill they have to swallow. It's one where they have to back away, retreat to save their weapons, and give them another shot at the next round. We're watching Vitality just build on this T side.
I don't think MOUZ has gotten a stop at the B bomb side really all that well yet. Vitality's been able to take this a number of times, a massive weakness on the map.
We've seen Vitality, they've shown comfort even in the group stages against some of the lesser teams. They opened up against Legacy, and they won that map just by going B on Inferno over and over again for the entire T side. So they've shown a willingness. If B is weak, if it feels like they can get in, they're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, 5 of the last 6 rounds won by Vitality. 4 of those 5 bomb plants. They're getting into the bomb sites at will with no issues. Right down through the smoke as Spinks is in a moment of desperation. So Cyclone trying to give some emotional support out to the boys. They're down by 2, but weapons in this round are labored. AWP saved by Torji, so that's still around.
Yeah, he's trying to make it sing down Banana early on, but with that smoke up, severs off his vision, and the AWP cannot chime in. They know it's positioned towards B early on, and so ropz feels like there's more space, there's more comfort taking peeks at brackets, knowing he's not going to be picked off by that AWP.
And he's so good at picking and choosing rounds in which he wants to make that kind of aggressive peek, right? Most of the time he's just quiet, he's lurking, he adds in just an aggressive peek every once in a while to catch the defender off guard. Player who really loves the mind games with his equivalent on the other side of the server. So Torji's holding this up, but he's got no smoke, no Molotov, so as soon as he fires, he's got to back away. Exertion is coming in support.
Will it be enough? There's been no stopping power at the B bomb site, but perhaps the difference is this AWP in the hands of Torzi. But the utility is canceling him out, it's keeping him at bay. And so MOUZ's going to charge in off the back of the utility. The execution is successful. Exertion with 1, but not enough to hold on to B. And look at Apex, he's pushed through that CT smoke, looking to be a thorn in their side.
Denies the ability for Torji to fall back as well. They know they have him locked in towards Ruins.
Torzi's committed to it, but he runs away, and Apex is ready to rip it out of his hands. ropz on the double and banana. And once again, it's Vitality just upping the gear, driving towards victory. MOUZ can show no stop.
It's Vitality superiority every single map today. MOUZ looking like they'll leave this grand final with 6 straight series losses to Vitality. And the club of teams who have never overcome them is growing larger.
And they run into their two, we call them rivals. The two teams that are able to play them pretty close in the games, right? We've got Falcons earlier on in the competition. Vitality cast them aside in the semis. Now MOUZ in the grand finals. They could be winning this one 3-0. We thought perhaps this is the event where Vitality lose the streak. But if anything, they're going into the major with full strength as Apex rounds the corner and takes Exertion's head off, and he's not slowing down. Apex on the hunt, and the Predator eats them all.
Oh, he forced that. It felt like every fight was a bad decision, but he wanted them all. He was so aggressive. Didn't care about the reload either. And Apex wanted to get a highlight in these grand finals, been watching his teammates do it all 3 maps. Now it's his turn.
I love that he did it with as little amount of bullets as he had, right? The last couple of bullets in that AK, and he still gets the final kill on the 3rd. Yeah, he's 40, you're right. This is incredible. What a performance at Apex, turning around his career, right? This has been a fantastic year for him, in-game leading, but also seeing an elevation in his own individual performance, right? This is the most impressive part about Apex. The switch in his career from entry fragger to now in-game leader has been a long journey to get into a position where he's considered one of the best, but also he was criticized for his own individual performances during the previous years under the Vitality jersey, but this year he stepped up, and we're seeing a massive difference.
Well, I think it's all been a journey for Apex, right? If you think his switch into in-game leader back in 2020 started out a little bit rocky, and then came the Danish era in Vitality when Zana came over, when Magis came over, when Dupree was there. They end up winning the Paris Major, but Apex himself had to establish his kind of dominance as an IGL, saying, we're playing it the way that I want to. And now since then, in these years, he's paired up, he's brought his friend Xtaz in, who's got a lot of confidence in his coach, and he's finally got a system to where he can focus more on the fragging, where he's got everyone on the same page. With the work they've put in over the last 2 to 3 years, he gets more time, he gets more freedom to focus on his individual prowess, and it's paying off in the year 2025.
Missed out on the title in Dallas last year to G2. This year, no one can keep it away from him. Two rounds left in the half. MOUZ need them. Fighting for it in mid. Challenging in banana. And it's perfect. 4 kills in the blink of an eye for MOUZ. And off the back of those 4 kills, soon to be 5, and it's a 4th round. As Flames trying to ignite something in banana, but he's caught on the flank from behind. Spinks will hunt him down. And MOUZ realize they need to bring a little bit of fight into these rounds. Can they secure the 5th?
It's amazing that round looks so perfect where they've struggled with that exact same fighting situation throughout this half. Vitality up until that round have gotten banana whenever they wanted it. Good trades. There's ropz with his aggressive decision again, this time caught off guard and through the smoke, doesn't work. Final round of the first half on Inferno. Utility being stockpiled towards the B bomb site for MOUZ's defense. And this time Vitality get a little bit of pace up mid.
Flames is fast. Getting into Boiler and losing his head. Is there another Hungarian headshot? Apex is silent.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, this is perfect.
He just heard the footsteps too, I would imagine, unless it got obscured by Nate blowing up, but he's gonna tell his team, I'm wrapping around A right now. I've got space, I've got freedom.
You can see how vocal he is.
Yeah, start coming this direction.
Oh, he's got a lot of space. Apex with the move. Apex with the play. There's the frag on Torsi. Can he find the second? He gives the information over. ropz trying to close it down, but Spinks has arrived just in time.
Might have needed that pit player first. No trigger discipline.
While in North America, MOUZ pleading for the 5th, but it's MOUZ to try and take away their rights. He's into the site with a plant going down on default. Is there a clutch available for Merriman? Into the boiler he goes, he slips away. And now he could be anywhere. MOUZ could be anywhere. Starts to move out of boiler again. He's got a bit of space. Fortunately, MOUZ have a lot of utility, a lot of pressure, and they will get that 5th round to round out the first half of Inferno. If MOUZ are to do it, it's going to take a special comeback in this series, but at least they're still in the fight.
Vitality 6 rounds away from the Intel Extreme Masters trophy here in Dallas. Another one they get to lift in a year where they just seem unbeatable. MOUZ has had their comebacks on Dust2, they've had their comebacks on Mirage, but never have they been able to complete them and bring them all the way into a victory. And it doesn't feel like that's going to happen now. But MOUZ have one last chance to change the way we look at this team.
Second half underway, and Spinks is going to be sprinting up through Banana. He's got all of his teammates filtering in. Just one player here, and it's Apex. Had a great first half. Looking to kick off the second with a bang. And they run right by him. There's the first headshot. Heads turn, it's only one.
Look at the flank. They're already here very quickly at Banana, though, and nobody's there to protect the bomb planter. They're pushing forward.
The bomb spilled into the site. The bomb spilled into the site because of that one kill from Apex, so they actually have to go and waste time picking that up, and that leaves Torsi pinned in the corner, and look at this. Vitality have all arrived. Vitality in the better position all of a sudden, and Torsi with a last-ditch effort, looking for plan C at this point to get back into the round for MOUZ. ropz not letting them have any room to move. Spinks will have to fight his way out of it, and he'll certainly do so. Flames looking to shut them down as he looks back towards CT. It's going to be ZywOo taking him down, and Yimpat left alone. That one kill from Apex ends up being enough because the bomb hits the ground, and Vitality sprint back in time.
They're so good at the moment of playing within themselves and not overextending. And these extended battles, this extended pistol round that goes on forever, no one from Vitality oversteps the mark. They're always in a position to help a teammate nearby. And that fast banana flank was the ruin to MOUZ's idea of pushing towards CT spawn, of pushing towards ruins and controlling it. A hero Galil on Spinks. Things are going to start getting desperate for MOUZ.
Yeah, without a pistol, winning the second half.
Yeah, grasping
It is looking impossible now.
Grasping at anything that can bring you back into this game. The Galil's delivered you the opening kill. That's Flames to fall. Very chill from MOUZ, testing the waters. They have no utility, so gonna be hard to find a finishing move that's effective. Apex has smoked nade over towards the B bomb site, and this is the final play of MOUZ. 4 members here, 1 lurker towards A. It's Exertion with the Glock.
They hear that smoke go down, and they immediately just rotate away. Not wanting to go through it, not feeling comfortable that.
Yeah, but a weird timing. I mean, Vitality actually might get sold down the river. They just cleared brackets. MeZi's sticking around, thankfully, so we can still have eyes on it, but they kind of think for the moment this is going to be a banana finish.
He's still got ropz in the balcony as well. Quite a strong player to have in that position. Let's see if ropz is able to do anything from it. It's only an MP9, though. He's gone up against the Glock, so he could be overrun. MeZi makes his way into the site. ropz to dive down. It's a quick kill from ropz, but he's being pressured from so many different sides, but ropz is going to handle it. Spinks in the bomb site. Plant locked in at least, but can he go all the way? Can he win this round for MOUZ? It's a must-win to kick off this second half, and they move in together. Spinks against his former organization, against his former teammates, and Apex, no love lost. He's gonna take it. MOUZ unable to get the miracle.
Yeah, an easy fight once they have him pinned down behind the pillar. Just bullets just tapping away, making sure he never gets a clean peek, never a safe peek. A little bit of danger in that for MOUZ, considering they brought a Galil and Glocks for the most part, so not too shabby to get a bomb plant there and 3 kills, but man, how good is ropz? Pressured from 3 different angles and manages them all and still lands spectacular shots. 9-5. Vitality just 4 rounds away from the trophy.
Great boost. But a team play to open up. Apex going down in banana. And an opening kill for MOUZ to work with. Can they hold on to it? That's the difficult part, as they have to walk into a double stack. ropz and ZywOo. Tower of Terror. And MeZi's going to be on the other side. The impact falling, and the numbers going to an even 3v3.
Yeah, and disappearing inside the smoke. And even though you get the kill over towards the B bomb site onto Apex, since you're so spread out towards middle, you got no way to take advantage of it. And now ZywOo, all the confidence in the world. Although Exertion might just catch him around the corner. That's Torji, and now he falls back. Or kills another.
Gets another, yeah. He's eventually going to be taken out by Exertion. There's 53 seconds to win this for Exertion. We often talk about his opening prowess, but now he needs to become a closer. He'll go back down to bottom banana. There is a pathway to B at the moment open. Not that he knows it.
This might be a hard clutch to put together if you're Vitality. As soon as you make your move, if you move after this smoke fades, Exertion is thinking that's the likeliest scenario.
Into the smoke. Oh my god, okay. Oh.
No way.
Slips by and then starts shooting, and it doesn't work out for Exertion. And they get closer than they think.
If they passed to like that and he was able to get into the A bomb site for, I mean, there could have been something there, but would have just been blind luck. 10-5.
Problem is here for MOUZ, there's no money, no bomb plan secured, so you're sitting around $3,000 average. You're going to be picking up Tech 9s.
I mean, this is the last half buy you do. Everything after this is going to be everything you've got. You're throwing it all in. You have no more time to waste. You simply need to put rounds on the board. 3 in a row to start this second half for Vitality. And there's nothing you can do to win any of these. Smoke broken open, Vitality just making all the right plays, never letting you stay comfortable. So try to recover 3 players up in halls. And for MOUZ, they have one more chance this next round with guns to turn their fortunes on Inferno.
Yeah, a real slow one for MOUZ as they set up for the A play. 3 players defending on this A bomb site. ropz in the pit. They're going to be perfect. Damage done onto Spinks, low HP, diving down into the pit itself with 40 seconds on the clock. The last ditch effort stopped by ZywOo and MOUZ. And we're looking at 11-5. The force buy gets nowhere, or rather the half buy gets nowhere. And now it's the full buy, and the last timeout as well. This is it for MOUZ. It looks like their stage demons will not be shaken off. They're not going to get past Vitality.
You're going to have to call this one from scratch as well if you're Cyclone, because you don't have any success to go off of. You have nothing you can build upon. For Xtaz, it's just stay focused, play the same exact game, no need to change anything. We've already shown that they can't beat us. They can't break through this defense. So nothing unusual for Vitality. 5 AK-47s for MOUZ, all the utility you could ask for. They've got every bell and every whistle to fight here in round 17. But they have to be pretty close to perfect for the rest of this map. Vitality just 2 round wins away.
Is there life in MOUZ yet? ropz running down mid. ZywOo to send the grenade into the stairs. And ropz to move with it. Torzy getting tagged. Information given over to ropz. There's one close by. Torzy still going to win that fight. MOUZ have the advantage. Exertion burned back.
Flame side steps all the nade damage. Over towards halls we go. Spinks and Yimpat. It's ZywOo on the other side. Apex is the next defender over in Library. A is relatively weakened.
ZywOo into the fight, and just the one. Taken out by Spinks in response. 4v3, minute left. And MOUZ further on it. It is Spinks to come out of the balcony.
Exactly what they needed. Vitality was trying to cheat over towards the B bomb site to get a jump on any kind of attack into the site. They thought that would be the finish. Apex drops his gun to recover an AK-47. He's going to pick it back up regardless. Got blown away by a grenade, and they'll save the weapon. So MOUZ, they put their first run on the board. Now, we've had this in the first 2 maps. We've had this moment where MOUZ gained a little bit of control. They hit that stretch. On Dust2, it was 6 rounds straight. On Mirage, it was 6 rounds straight. And then nothing after that. It was just an isolated run. It cannot be the case here if they're to make it into a run. That question still needs to be answered if they can win 2 in a row.
True, Vitality hanging on to 2 save weapons at the moment. 2 AK-47s to go into the CT round. In the next, they've got plenty of money to buy around it as well. They're going to have all the supporting cast. AWP for ZywOo if he wants it. And everybody else on the rifle. Still a shot to respond immediately for Vitality and go to 12. To go to championship point yet again.
ZywOo trying to hardcore pre-aim, gets a little bit surprised, so can't double up on the second. A great round from Spinks. Nice impact with the trade onto ZywOo and coming out balcony for another. A timeout is called by Vitality. Xtaz involved in the conversation, gives chance for MOUZ to talk over because they're out of timeouts.
There's going to be 4 rifles here for Vitality, maintaining that. Same for MOUZ.
They have the option to get an AWP in the field if they want it. Apex has $5,000. He could drop one over, but ZywOo, I guess, hand-waving him off. Look at the team effort out of Team Vitality on this third map. 11 kills on MOUZ, ropz, and Apex. 10 on ZywOo, 8 on Flames. Everyone delivering, no one lagging behind.
Apex's collection of deadly forces. ropz, grenade ready to go down into the bottom banana again. Torzy not going to be receiving it on the head. Pressure on exertion. Dismounts off the half wall, but then comes through and dismantles too. It's Apex put on notice in the B-bomb site. The solo player left. If they execute upon him and he gets nothing, it's over.
Looks really clunky from exertion and Torzy. Not really coordinated perfectly on what they want to do, but smokes up. They want to make it feel like MOUZ is going to attack the B-bomb site finish here, but Apex has pretty much called everyone away. ZywOo starting to shift a little bit.
Just as the bomb starts to leave banana and think about an A finish, so ropz will be the only player on A. He's not really in a position to change the outcome of the round just yet. He's in front of the library. In fact, all the way back in the library now.
They're saving. ropz is sliding over in this position, just back away to the B-bomb site. When that hit didn't come in towards B, when the hit didn't come in towards A, that's the call that Vitality's going to make because they got no money in the bank. Flamesy will be able to buy himself a rifle in the next round. Apex can drop a rifle over to MOUZ. Outside of that, everyone's pretty much busted. So MOUZ will get up to 7. Vitality making an economic decision so they can have another crack at it and another full buy in the next round. But man, it's just a weird feeling for MOUZ. It's every time it seems like this match has just completely slipped away, they have that one last gasp, that one dying breath.
Yeah, catch the last wind. Can still win in regulation, just need to be perfect from this point onwards on the T side.
This hunt's actually huge. This could hurt MOUZ a lot if they go for this and lose these rifles. But if they get everything from Vitality, they set themselves up to close the gap even more.
It is the risk you run for the big reward. ZywOo gonna be naded. He's got the health to survive that grenade blast, and he's not gonna peek into the open. A couple of fights do go down. ropz is the one to win it, so Vitality will save all 3 weapons and get an extra kill on the way out the door.
I like the decision to go for the hunt, though, because if you're going to make a comeback like this in the grand finals, you're going to have to take some risks somewhere.
You have to have some attitude.
Yeah, just showing that you're willing to take that one. They don't all have to be the craziest risk in the world, but playing against the odds, at least in that situation. 11-7, round 19. MOUZ now with 2 rounds strung together, trying to bring this right back.
Flames get away in behind the sandbags, forced into the open. And Brollan gets a double kill. All right, that's more like it from the Swedish in-game leader. And we've got MOUZ with a 5v3 and plenty of time left on the clock.
Man, ZywOo's such a good teammate. He honestly probably should have just let Flames die in that kind of a situation. Really tried to force the issue. Vitality having a tough time getting up to 12. A bomb site wide open and overrun. And the hunt this time will be with as many MOUZ players as possible. They will not hold back. They will try and take these rifles out of the hands of Apex and MOUZ.
Well, the way MOUZ are winning these rounds, Jason, makes you feel a lot better about them on the T side. You know, and it's not coming down to 1v1 clutches and retakes. They're winning the rounds from the get-go, forcing Vitality into the safe calls over and over again. And they're keeping the hunt up this time because they know they've got money to fall back on. MOUZ and Apex, they don't have that same luxury. And they're close. They've got time on the fuse. Apex exposed in the open. Look at it, back MOUZ up. They will stand and fight, but how many players from MOUZ are going to appear on their crosshair in the next few seconds? Apex, first headshot. MOUZ taken down in response, and everything's gone from Vitality. Not enough for a full buy in the next round. And MOUZ start to really close the gap.
Yeah, this is a great chance to do it even further, although Vitality have a 3-round losing bonus built up, so they're going to buy some weapons and some utility to make this a difficult affair for MOUZ, and maybe a chance at actually stealing it away. It's just so hard right now. MOUZ playing very, very well in these last 3 rounds, but we've been sold this dream twice before. Not ready to buy into it yet this time.
Apex. Mike 7. Just around the half wall. Exertion looking to clear it.
They swing on his shot.
Let's see if he can nail him to the wall. The nail gun ready to go. Straight to the head. The jumping play from Apex. And is this how they find 12? Is this how they find championship point?
MOUZ need to get some space over towards the A bomb site right now. They need to do something. You can see Yimpat and Spinks starting to move. Torji still at the bottom of Banana with an AWP, but a 3 versus 5. Vitality can just sit back in the bomb sites and not do anything. They no longer have to push into you.
Mezzi not getting involved in the fight. Drop it back, playing towards Archway. Apex has come over to help him. Mezzi and Apex looking to combine on this. Oh, Spinks, good night. Weaker weapons. Big impact.
And it's done. You can't win this round into this 2v5. Yimpat's going to back away. I know he won a great one on Dust2. The only weakness available is this Mag 7 at the B bomb site of the hands of Flames. But Torji's got to move now. He can't wait for his teammate, and the AWP is an awkward weapon with which to clear. And they're going to get stalled out.
Championship point around the corner. Torji takes more damage from that Mag 7. Flames retreats into the site.
10 seconds.
Burning as Zywoo flanks. It's another kill from the Mag 7. It is championship point, 1 off the back of it. And that is it for MOUZ. Surely that breaks them. They were on the comeback. You force Vitality down to a weaker buy, and they still come out on top of it.
That Mag 7 from Apex adds in the jumping damage. It just haunts them throughout the entire round. Vitality 1 round away from 30 straight wins. A historic record.
Exertion through Banana. Flames has found the opener. 4 kills away from another championship this year.
Their 6th, it would be.
And it's looking likely now. Mezzi with the double. Torji and Yimpat, nothing to do. Nothing can stop them. No one can stop them. Vitality dominant in Dallas, and it is 30 wins in a row.
Over 120 days of dominance for Vitality. Dallas is just the first step towards an unprecedented run at a second ESL Grand